So,
But Herodine doesn't know what happened.
This is a good point.
It will make it more fun, but my monologue that I planned wasn't connected at all to anything.
Okay, I'll do the recap to give you some idea before you do the monologue. But if people are ready, we can jump in.
I'm down.
I'm good.
Yes.
Okay, right. With that, we will kick off the game. So, last time we left off, you guys had found your way to the Wicker Hound after a good deal of investigation and searching around. Your plan basically to meet with Lucia Lemure and finally get her to start talking properly and give you some more information and some other little plans you had bopping around inside your heads. As you got there, though, things turned quite wrong as Alex Piper began his solo, and all of you began to hear voices inside your head of people that you have either loved, fancied, or been in relationships with, all lying to you. Oh yeah, I know you weren't there for this part, but yeah. So each of you heard people that either you've loved, fancied, or been in relationships with, telling you that they are cheating, or that they are moving on from you, or that they don't want to be with you anymore. Or that they did cheat on you. At this, as you guys were all hearing this whispering around in your minds, a man sitting next to his girlfriend or wife, you're not sure, burst to his feet and began to attack her and everyone in the bar, desperately trying to murder her, claiming that she had cheated on him and that he was going to get revenge on her. You guys managed to fight him firing several bolts from his silver hand to do damage to Ned and some other, and almost hurt Dante, and it managed to actually hurt Elizabeth, before we managed to knock out the singer, who you figured out was the source of the enchantment, at which point everything ended and you all went back to normal, and you sort of were left at a little bit of a Mexican standoff with Lucia Lemure threatening to shoot the guy and you guys all standing between her. At that, you tried to appeal to Lucia. She dropped her gun, ran. You followed her, attempting to stop her, at which point she put her hand onto a tree and vanished inside it, disappearing. You checked out her house, checked out all of her belongings, and found several things that were quite strange about the place she lives in. First of all, it seems like there was a guest bedroom set up upstairs, along with leftovers from someone living and visiting. There's a set of flowers with a note that says G on it, and a fountain that seems melded to the floor. Not melded to the floor, it's almost as if it's melted up out of the floor. You guys had a bit of a conversation with some of the locals here, at which point the majority of them chose to leave, whilst some stayed to tend to the body of the dead person and to answer what questions you guys had. And as you guys are standing there in the middle of the pub, surrounded by the carnage that was created. And you interviewed Alex Piper and managed to break him down pretty much to tears and get him to reveal that he has taken 2 of the seeds and now has regular blackouts where he can't remember what he has done and what he is doing. And that is where we'll pick up. So, Herodine, would you like to give me a monologue, please? Do you need more information?
Wow.
A lot happened in the last 2 sessions, I just realized.
And where? Did we go home?
You did not go home. You guys are in the pub right now, still.
Herodine, you don't need to force yourself to take the monologue.
Might be a good idea to do it after a week that you've played.
I think I cut out. Is someone saying to me?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, yes.
Yeah.
Trying to think. Just finished my pizza. In the pub.
Just to give you an idea, actually, of what happened with the fight. The fight kind of kicked off, and you sort of stood there confused, not doing anything until Jasmine kind of broke the leg off a chair and came at you with the broken leg with the intention to kill you. And then suddenly stopped.
Broke a chair over your head, and then...
Yeah, she broke a chair over your head and then was going to use the broken piece to kill you, at which point she suddenly stopped.
Okay. So, so this is hours after this, or like a second?
This is a good while after that.
Okay. Back in the pub, I'd say I'm helping cleaning up. First of all, whistling to myself a cheery tune, and rubbing my head every once in a while. After about 10 minutes of doing this, I just simply walk over to Jasmine and say, "That hurt." Then I just continue walking and like seeing to it that everything is fine with my pub. It's mine now. It's not really, but I'm a part of it. And just go behind the counter, pour myself a drink, sit down, and just look around.
You stand behind the bar and try to order a drink, and the gnarled plant that sits in its pot that once took form as a human shape just sort of stares at you through blank eyes before you manage to pour yourself a drink and move to one of the few remaining standing chairs and sit down. Around you is this circle of carnage, broken wood, a bloody patch on the ground, and several people still mulling around. And at that point, what is everyone doing?
We are in the back room with a certain Mr. Piper, catching right on up where we left, talking about how he doesn't have to die. After just having Ned, yeah, all right.
I sincerely apologize. Food. Anyway,
it is all right, my man. Having just said that, we could possibly save him by removing the seeds from his stomach, having like mentions of Celia. I thought Dante was gonna make a call while I want to still continue talking.
He was making the call, I think, at the end of the last episode.
Yes.
You were calling someone close to you, someone by the name of Celia.
Mm-hmm.
Are we gonna pick up with that? Okay.
I'd like to call
The phone buzzes a couple of minutes before it suddenly clicks up and you hear the voice of Celia on the other side of the phone saying, "All right, hello?
Hey, Dante, so without much ado, here's a crazy idea. Jasmine,
Yeah, go, yeah.
I forget. Look, some of the people with me have a theory, and it might sound crazy, but if there's any possibility of you checking it out, did you look in his stomach?
No? Should I look in his stomach? That's a serious operation there.
I mean, you can do it non-invasively, right?
I don't really work like that. I'm very good at fixing things. I'm not very good cutting things and getting into, and it's more complicated than that. I can do it, but I can give it a shot.
Looks directly at Alex Piper. He says, "You were right about Piper, by the way."
Really?
He was in the middle of it, yeah.
What do you mean in the middle of it?
I mean, he's the one who made the rugby player kill his girlfriend.
Fucking prick.
He didn't mean it. He was on the seat.
Didn't mean it, my ass. What did he tell you? What did he do?
He sang. He sings to you in your mind. Makes you jealous like fuck.
And you hear a murmur of a conversation of something said off the phone, and then she goes back and she goes, right, what'd you do with him?
Well, right now he's tied up and not singing much.
He's alive?
What do you expect us to do? Just murk him on the spot?
No, I'm just surprised. Right, if you got this theory and you think it'd work, I mean, get over here as fast as you can.
With him?
No, not with him.
Then you're proposing Jasper.
I'm not having him in my house. I'm sorry.
Fair enough.
He's not welcome here.
But if it works on Jasper, we should do it on him.
There's a very long pause. And she goes, just get here, we'll talk about it when you get here.
Of course. Dante
Hangs
hangs
up.
the phone and says, we're on for the experiment.
During the time that Dante was making a phone call, I would like to ask another question to Mr. Piper over there. He's sitting there. So while Dante's fearlessly talking to his doctor, I'd like to bend back down and like catch his gaze again. And as I do that, I'll ask him. Hey, alright, so now you know that we can help you. So
Ned.
ask a question for me, alright?
Okay.
Don't get on your high horse because I say this, but I believe you all haven't always been that beautiful. And she gestures to like his face. Don't get on your high horse, I said.
What is your point with this?
Your power, is it connected to the way you look?
I've always looked perfect when I've looked in the mirror.
Look, I need you to think with me here, because if you don't think with me about your looks, it's one less chance of you getting out of this alive, okay? One way you can get out of this alive is somehow something to do with your looks. They faded a bit. You looked happier, but you didn't look as beautiful or whatever. So you have to choose. And okay, you can say beauty is more to me than my life, but well, be honest about it then.
Right. Honesty, new concept I'm not familiar with. Give me a convince check.
Hey, welcome to life, buddy.
He can. Okay.
Alright.
Welcome to my world. We're sad and we do art.
Sometimes we don't even do art. Just
Sometimes they're just sad. Alright.
That's right. Alex Piper just gonna get punched in the face repeatedly.
Oh, it's happened.
Look.
Alright, I will use a
They've
power
already
attack.
emotionally punched him in the face. Yeah.
I will
Or
use a power
physically.
attack easy to be around because he will
Yeah.
spill his guts more easily. Other than that, no, I think that's all.
Okay. Give me a roll with +1.
Ha! 6.
Okay, he sort of lingers for a moment, and then he sort of goes, You can see him holding back. There's a little twist in the corner of his eye, and then he goes, part of my charm. I just create an aura around myself of perfection. Draws people in. It's not connected to anything. I'm actually 56 years old.
56? Fuck off.
Yes. There's a little twinkle in his eye.
56. Woof. Alright,
You have no idea how hard I'm biting my knuckle here.
All right, well, look. You think about it, you mull it through in your head. Know that one way of you getting out of this alive is if your looks somehow diminished and something to do with that. It's either that or surgery, so think about it.
Slightly threatening, but
What was
okay.
that?
Slightly threatening, but
Hey,
okay.
if me offering you a way to live is slightly threatening, then, well, that's new for both of us.
You'll
Let
be
me
lucky.
Hold on. Let me step in here for a minute. If you ever do somehow get better, here. If you're ever looking for a stage, I think I can help. One where maybe no one will kill each other in the audience. I drop him a Ned Halford premium business card.
Just drops onto his chest because his hands are tied behind his back, and he sort of looks down at it. His long hair sort of goes over his face a little bit, and he goes, "Bang."
Pick it up later when you're free or whatever. Think of it as punishment, dancing like a monkey for all those people you made cry. I think you deserve it.
Hey,
And
alright,
then-
I pick. Oh, no. I pick up the business cards and I push it back into Ned's chest and I say, keep it and maybe stay quiet if you don't have anything useful to say.
He's a 56-year-old man. I'm giving him a way to spend his retirement.
Well,
So that's
saying
just
someone will
hope.
dance like a monkey because of what they did doesn't sound like a nice way to offer someone what to do with their retirement.
Also, it's not really a way of justice, you know? This is about...
He owes people
You know
a lot of
what?
happiness, okay? He owes people a lot of happiness.
a lot of happiness.
Yeah.
I'd say closure is more important.
What do you mean closure? Everyone heard the story. You looked at the newspaper. You know who killed him. I really don't understand where you're coming in. Here, I take it back out and I just say, just memorize the number. I slip back in.
Okay.
You
okay.
people are weird. You people are weird.
Actually,
Turn around.
Give me a convince check.
People are weird, says the dude giving the tied-up guy his business card.
You
Dude, hey, come on.
He's struggling to tell if this is like a pickup method, because it's like a subtle way of saying, "Give me your number."
I'm used to it.
No, it's not. I mean, sure.
Subtle way of like, "Here's my number." He's
It's not Ned's number, I think. There's like
No,
It's
multiple.
God's number.
Keeping up appearances.
Yeah.
The big screen.
Yeah, definitely.
Celebrity.
Yeah.
Shamelessness.
Mm-hmm.
And a lavish lifestyle. This is 5 power
Lavish
tags.
lifestyle, no. Lavish lifestyle, no.
Okay, sure.
Mhm.
It's 4 power tags. I swear if I fail. What would this be? Convince?
Yes, convince.
Oh, wait, before you roll. Shit.
Oh, okay. Well, are you using a hurt point? Do it.
He
Oh,
says
no.
rolling a 13.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna do it before you roll next time. Okay.
Okay, no, sorry, my fault.
Okay.
Anyway, Yeah.
Right. He stands there for a moment as you hold up the card. He goes, "Oh, 7, 3," and then it goes away. He goes, "Fuck." It's gone.
Your songs are lovely. If you'd ever want a place to put them where no one is going to kill each other in the audience, I'll find a way.
I might take you up on that.
Get better first.
I find that unlikely.
Well, my friend here, and he looks at Dante. He called the doctor.
Am I still on the phone?
Yeah, no, you're off the phone at this point. You've hung up.
My friend here, he's calling a doctor right now. Something's gonna happen. I don't know, but yeah. And he gives another one to another business card to the white lady. No message or anything. Just is like.
The white lady has finished. Is like just finishing the last touches on Elizabeth's arm, and she doesn't even look. Her hand swoops around, and as she touches the card, it flickers through her fingers like a poker chip, and it's gone. And she just then she turns, and there's a half-hearted, almost like half-aware, lucid smile, and then she just sort of flutters away.
Cool, I guess.
Oh god, she's a magician.
She's wacky. Who? I don't know. It would be great to have her on my stage. Anyway. I'm gonna sit down now.
At this point, Dante's call.
If you knew that the lineup you're creating right now,
I reek of chaos.
Dude.
I'm so sorry. I'm setting chain events right now that are gonna lead to all our deaths.
Dante's giving Piper and a little bit Halford to kind of pitying looks a bit. Goes to the pub, picks up the rifle, cracks it open to see if it's loaded and if it's a real one.
okay, you find a very old, almost looks like World War II era, sorry, World War I era rifle. It has written on the stock, Kori, Kori, and it has intricate patterns running right up and down the stock of it that look like twisting vines that curl all the way along the wood of the stock of it. You pull open the rifle, the bolt, and there's no bullet in there. You cock it down, no bullet. Flip it over, there's a magazine. You pull the magazine out, no bullets.
Dante turns to the plant person and says, "Don't suppose you're gonna tell me, will you see it?"
You look and you see there's just the plant is just there, still shriveled, still its green eyes gone, just it doesn't move.
Does Kori look like? Does it take up the entirety of the plaque?
No, it's kind of blended in. It's carved into the wood, but it's blended in to the handle, to the stock.
Kori. So there may have been more letters than Kori. I'm gonna wrap this rifle in something. Find a cloth nearby, wrap it, and keep it for now. This is an interesting item.
I'm gonna roll a check quickly.
Mm-hmm.
This is above 90%.
Tablecloth, you know?
Nope. Okay. Nothing happens. You wrap it up in a tablecloth. And it looks like a rifle. I mean, it's bundled up. It could be in a rifle, maybe a golf club, but it's bundled up.
All right, I just bundle it up. Then rejoin the group.
Right, so, what was that all about? Just walking off like that?
What? Just.
You just get off the phone.
Yeah. We're going to go see about Jasper's health, I suppose. Well, we don't all have to go. I do.
I mean, I've got nothing better to do.
You bring Mr.
What about
Piper?
Zyra Shaw?
Oh, that is a thing. I can wait till tomorrow.
So, you bringing Mr. Piper, or what's the plan?
No. She explicitly declined to see Mr. Piper. And Said
For
we
the
could speak
time,
about it later. Yeah.
for the time being, if you're all right with it, Mr. Piper, I could keep you over at my place, keep an eye on you.
I don't think any of you have been listening to me. I can't control this. I can't control any of it. None of them can.
So if you want to take him with you, might want to keep him in a soundproof room.
There is something that I could do here. Now, you've all seen it before.
You will not. No.
I can ask him what he wants, right? Alex, my boy. There is a way that I can stop you from doing lots of things. It would also mean that you can't do anything. Basically,
Trying to kill me.
no. It's kind of like a coma.
You're going to put me in a coma.
Not in the traditional way. I tap you on the forehead and you turn into a gold statue. I dunk you in some water and you come right back out a few hours later, and you'll be fine. But there is a chance that if somehow this statue was to come out of our hands, someone else could dunk you in water, and you'd be in a pretty bad spot, and you would have had no way to fight back on this.
Is this an exact science? Is there a guarantee that I'll come back?
I'm not the one to ask about that, but I'm sure that...
Why not? I mean, you're the one doing
Who the
it.
fuck else is?
I don't know if I feel comfortable with this.
I doubt many people
Okay.
Do any of us have a soundproof room?
would. No, I do not. I do have... I mean, I could just find you a room over at my place, lock you up, get you
The basement.
whatever you need. No, that's where
Oh.
the drinks are, and I do need to go there on a regular basis. Would you be alright with that? I've got a laptop you could use.
I don't understand. No, it's not like you think. One person sees me, one person hears me, drumming on a tune with my foot. That's all it would take.
I
Fuck.
give Ned a pointed look, and if he looks back, he'll see that I look at him. When I catch his gaze, I look back at Piper.
I would like. Can I roll investigate on Elizabeth? Because I have no idea what you're asking of me right now.
You don't see disappointment or disapproval in her face. You don't.
Behind his back, he pulls like one of these of like a.
Thumbs up.
You can't see, he put a
Yeah.
thumbs up behind his back.
Yeah, he's like yes, no.
Reluctantly, she holds a hand behind her back and gives a thumbs up back. Whilst the others are talking.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Best thing you do is let me go. I'll get as far away as I can before they put me
And
on
then-
again.
And then they make you take a plane or a bus or whatever and come right back. You just said it yourself, didn't you?
Is it like a
You
regular
gotta
occurrence?
believe us. You gotta believe us that we don't want to kill you. We want you to get out of this alive, but
I'm
you're
trying
gonna
to
have
believe
to.
you, but you don't have the best
But is-
bedside manner.
Is
I
it a
don't-
regular
Hey, well-
occurrence though? Is it like something that has happened twice, like 2 days in a row?
It's happened more times than twice.
In a row?
Yeah.
Oh shit!
It just
No, I
happened.
can't keep you above the kings.
Look,
Don't kill me.
You'll thank me later,
I'm
and
not going
then
to kill you.
slaps him, then golds him.
You slap him, and as he starts, he goes, ah! And goldifies as his face is slapped, caught mid-slap. It is startling that someone can still look good whilst being slapped. But he looks pretty fucking good whilst being slapped.
Can I make
sort of
a
fell
Can I make
in.
a sneak around roll to slide the business card into his statue pocket?
No, don't do it, because if he gets, he has to come back in
Give me
water,
a
and your
sneak. Give me
business
a
card,
sneak.
your business card will just like be all mushing from the water. It's not. It doesn't make
That's
sense.
metagaming. That's metagaming. Ned, give me a
Yeah.
sneak around.
I wouldn't think about it in the moment, so man,
Fuck's sake, Alfred.
I have nothing.
Can I just say Dante just shrugs, says, I didn't see any other option either, to be honest.
I just make a flat sneak around. I got nothing.
I'm gonna answer, but wait until
As he's turning into gold, his face slipping around, Ned, you sort of reach out, and as your slapped hand is coming backwards, you conceal the card within your hand, and you slide it into his front pocket as your hand returns to your side, and nobody sees it.
All right.
Nice.
I look at Jasmine and also say, look, none of us had a soundproof room. None of us had a way to make sure he was gonna be safe. Any way we put him in a room, there was a possibility that he came out and he used his abilities non-willingly, but still used them.
Alfred could have hired a studio.
No, because look, the problem with any place is that there's a lock, and locks can be opened.
Except the basement.
A basement also has a lock, Halford, unless it's full of cement and no way to get out.
I have an idea. Put him in a
No.
barrel, and now he's
Oh.
a drink. He's camouflaged among the drinks. No one will ever know.
Dante lights up a cigarette and says, I'm gonna go see Celia. Have fun with this conversation.
Right.
I back out of the door with him, seeing my possible leeway, and I say, yeah, I have something to tell you still, Dante, wait up. And I join him and I say,
Look, this was your decision. You go ahead and clean it up. And I turn into an orb and I fly straight towards the King's Oath. Just
Okay.
through walls.
With
not
that,
even...
you
Yeah.
into an orb and just through all of the walls and out there. Does your orb make a noise, by the way, as you're floating? I've always kind of imagined it making like a haunting sort of.
Not really. It's more like you only like if it makes a noise. It makes a noise, but you only really notice it when you actually see it. Kind of heightening the allure. Like, okay, what's going on there?
We've actually never talked about whether or not it's just like one orb, or is it like a perfect circle, or is it like a fluctuating thing?
It's fluctuating. It's like
Okay.
it's like a small ball of energy, just fluctuating and slight. It's
I like fluctuating is a good word.
Yeah, around the it's a good word, right? Yeah, but yeah, that's what it is.
Right. And with that,
dude, as the orb is going away, and that's just like, deja vu. As though this has happened in repeatedly during a time where I was not in the session.
Okay.
And Ned turns to Isadora. Sorry to cut you off. Ned turns to Isadora. Okay, you're gonna have to help me with this, and that's it.
You just smiled. That's it.
Glass in hand, and just smiles and cut there. Dante,
no movement at all, just smiles.
Dante, how are you getting to Celia?
I was serious about still having to say something to Dante.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
It was a sneaky way to get out, but it was also serious. Elizabeth will join Dante as he walks out of the room, and as he makes his way outside, she'll stop him for a second and say, hey, look, I'm not gonna join you to Celia. That's all up to you. But know that I can't guarantee that taking the seeds out like that will work. It's a gut feeling, but nothing more. I feel like that's a way. Look, I know that I saw a possibility with some sort of scar on his stomach and some sort of scar on his throat. My guess is I know the seeds are still in there. Stomach means taking the seeds out. Throat meant he couldn't sing anymore, talk anymore. He couldn't use his powers anymore. So whatever they want to do to James, Jasper, fuck, whatever she wants to do to Jasper, I think the stomach is the only option, unless, well, I don't know. I just want you to know that before you leave.
While she's talking to Dante, he's holding the rifle in the tablecloth in one arm, just quietly smoking and looking at her while she's explaining everything. While she's done, he throws the butt into the nearest bin, exhales the smoke, and says, I had no idea she's not going to shoot me in the chest when I put that rifle there. We all make educated guesses now and then. There's no pressure on you to be right all the time. That being said, I could use a lift to a place.
I look at my watch and I think, well, I'm just gonna drop you off. Nothing more. It's on the way. I'm just gonna drop you off, not get out, and go home.
That's as much as I'm asking.
And I lead him to the car.
Okay. Actually, that's the other thing we never described. We never described what car Elizabeth drives, what kind of car it is,
Right.
and what state it's in.
100% a Prius.
Look, I'm not a car person, okay? Like 100% the most boring and blunt car you could ever have,
Yeah.
like a
Like a Volkswagen.
gray, yeah, like a gray Volkswagen. It's like on the outside there's nothing wrong with it. Inside, there's a bit too much. There's like a bit of rubbish in the back of like cans of energy drink. But it's there's a bit of rubbish there, but it's also like kind of clean. So you don't know if it's like a messy car or a clean car. It's like somewhere in between.
Yeah, I'm not going to articulate it, but Dante's the last person in the world to judge you for that.
Car's just like her. No one can tell if it's a mess or not.
Wow.
I should have said that in character. That would have been so much better.
It's still good. What do you worry?
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, Ned Halford. Right. You guys are driving back. Jasmine, you are flying home.
Yes.
Ned and Isadora, I'm going to guess what you're doing, but I'm imagining you're formulating some complex plan to get this statue back to the or where are you taking it?
I'm
I'm waiting for Isadora to pull some card out or something.
not in connection to anything. I mean, the pub isn't really closed. It's the club. It's
You
not
guys
really
at the
fair.
moment are
Yeah.
in God, I'm gonna make sure.
We're at the Wicker Hound.
You're at the Wicker Hound, which is in Old Harbor. You're in Old Harbor. The pub is very close to that, in Tomb Street.
No, I mean the club itself, the Wicker Hound. It's not technically closed as everyone ran away.
It's
So
not
I
close.
mean, I'm just offering like a game of a random attraction, a random game to Ned. Just a game to play without it.
We're the gamers of the crew.
Okay, so
Really
you're
not.
just gonna stay at the Wicker Hound? Okay.
One thing I
I
want to
mean,
do. Ned looks at the statue. Ned looks at the statue, like looks down on it. Just like, you remind me a lot of me. I hate that. And then he pulls out a cigarette to smoke it out of his pocket, and he's just like, "Oh yeah, I forgot." Fuck, and he stomps it. That'll be important later. And I'm being cool now.
Ooh. I
If you
mean,
stop it, there's a crunching noise as the cigarette turns to gold on the ground.
I'm being cool now.
You stamp on it, it turns to ground, you slip a bit, stumble, and it rolls away. It was cool until then. Right. Cutting to you guys driving across to Celia's place in pretty much in silence, I imagine, as you usually drive, unless you want to say something specific.
No,
Dante's
not
just
really.
looking at the rifle.
You're looking at the rifle.
Yeah.
Do you put your hand anywhere near the trigger?
No.
Okay.
Also,
Give me
leading
an
question. You could have asked it differently.
Do you
No,
put your
I'm
hand anywhere near the barrel? Do you put your face anywhere near the barrel?
mostly I unveil the part of the
Mhm.
rifle that says Corey, and I'm looking at it and trying to discern what the hell is the fool. Just
Mhm.
show it at some point to Elizabeth and saying, "You reckon there was more written here at some point?"
I have to admit I completely didn't hear that sentence because we were laughing at the
Yes.
image of you just pointing the barrel.
Just
That's
looking in
myself.
the barrel, taking a look, you know?
There has to be
No. Dante basically just unveiled the part which still has the writing Corey on it, Cory, right? You said.
Yep.
And he's showing that part.
I, not Y. Sorry.
Not Y. Yeah, that was my bad. He just shows it to Elizabeth and says, "You reckon this had more letters in it at some point?"
Well, is there space after the word? Just blank space.
Figure out later. Wraps it up for now. Says nothing really. Just there's not much to say. We've had a fucked up evening. What do you even say after something like that? We just saw a man die. The one thing he will say, he'll just say, "I wonder if she go away okay." The little woman.
With that, we're gonna take a quick break because my auntie's dog is screaming. 1 second.
Okay.
Hidoki.
Hey, we can play without you.
Shit, this is a recording.
Yeah.
It's gonna find
Craig,
out.
fuck off.
Oh no, Craig, what are you doing?
Why
You're
are
ruining
you
this.
why are you slagging off Craig? He's just working.
Hey, I'm gonna get something to drink.
Dude, Ned and Isadora are gonna have a fucking wild night. just like Mission Impossible style, trying to sneak him into whatever building we decide. You are muted, by the way, Herodine. Okay, were you saying something? I thought so.
Okay.
Fine.
I have never hidden the fact that Isadora is a party animal.
He's like the most dude. He's like the middle-aged dad that at the end of like a hard-working weekend just goes to the nightclub and fucking busts a move. That's his character, dude.
Wait, how old is this?
You remember that he is a college student.
No, I know, but
That
it's
That's
true.
kind of their thing.
he wakes up in the morning, writes some notes, and then parties the rest of the time.
You don't know.
You know
know
who
how his-
Isadora reminds me of? Remember that character in Community who would come up and say, "Hey, what's
Abed?
up, bros?" No, not Abed. One of his his roomie had a friend who would just come up and say, "Hey, what's up, bros?"
I
him?
know this. The Polish guy. Hey, what's
Yeah,
up,
yeah,
bros?
Polish
Pavlov.
guy?
Pavlov.
Yeah. Isadora
Pavlov,
reminds me of
Pavlov.
him.
I feel like Ned is
Hold
an
on, what?
inverted
What's up,
Jeff
bros?
Winger.
Oh no. Oh no.
Right.
No.
So,
No.
Before we cinematically go back to the session, I want to say before we because I have the feeling you're saying like and you're arriving and stuff like that.
okay.
A last thing I want to answer to Dante when he says, "Do you think the little girl or the little woman got out alright?" The only cryptic answer he'll get is sometimes the best thing you can do is run.
He'll just do a pensive, yeah, like a shrug with his face. Just go.
it should be two different groups. There's the angsty group and the insanity group, which is Ned and Isadora, and there's the angsty group, and then
Pizzazz and depression.
I like that. The cool
Dude,
shit party, and then like the lame, sad people.
I didn't choose angst.
Shut
Angst
up.
chose me.
Of course, the lame sad people are all like, "We're not lame and sad. We're the party animals," you know.
No,
Yes.
I run a
We
bar.
drink
How
one
much
whiskey.
more party can you get?
I talk to divorced old men while they're drunk. Yeah.
At one point,
I
you're gonna
drank
go through
one
like
whiskey.
flashbacks of shit that Dante's done in the last 3 years, and you're gonna eat your words.
What is it gonna be like? Is he gonna be fully dressed in like colorful attire with like a fucking musketeer
no.
hat?
I would
Just going-
absolutely love
like-
it if it cut like Dante, like in a mankini, just like partying.
He used to be an upstanding member of society, but then one day a friend offered him coke, and he has
And then
never been the
all went
same.
wrong.
Never done coke.
Hi, my name is Jasmine
Yours
Wright,
is-
and I'm.
I would want to see one of these characters. I would want to see one of the I would want to see Ned, specifically Ned on. I forgot how it's called. It's like a super version of Ritalin, and I think giving him that call.
Right.
Odil?
It would
And
be.
with that,
Woonga.
we're gonna jump back into the game.
And also, it
as-
supposedly gives you the worst feeling ever. So,
as Dante and Elizabeth, you guys are pulling up to Celia's. What are you doing? Are you gonna hop out, or are you, Elizabeth? Are you gonna come with
Yeah,
it?
I'll just thank Elizabeth and get out.
A rather dry evening, quite late now at this point. There is a homeless man sitting in the corner with a golden hat on his head. That is half gold now. Some of it seems to have melted back to normal, and he's grinning very happily to himself.
Dante just shakes his head, gets out his phone once again, and this time he wants to call James. Yeah, he nods to Elizabeth as a last thank you for the lift. And he calls James.
James Candle
Yes.
rings for a couple of seconds, and you get. Hello. Leave a message.
Hey James, Dante here. I'm just calling to, well, verify that you're all right, mate. You all kind of left kind of abruptly. I know I have some disagreements with Doc and how he's handling the situation, and I'm not gonna go into that right now. I just want to know that you're doing all right. That's it. Make your own decisions, mate. And he just puts the phone down and
Okay.
buzzes to Celia's.
Okay. Elizabeth, do you drive off?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. All right. And
Proud
you
of
drive
you.
off as Dante. You buzz the thing. A couple of seconds later, the door. You hear, "Hello."
Dante here.
Ah, right. Come up. And immediately the door opens.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I go in. I didn't buy anything. Didn't buy any coffee. Didn't buy any courtesy things. It was kind of urgent, right? What
Just
did
went
I-
straight there.
Yeah, well, just went straight in.
Okay. You climb the stairs, and you find that the door is sort of half opened. It seems like she's opened it before. You come in and you can hear already that there is a voice that's sort of shouting quite loud. It's going, "Taste! You want a taste? Just a taste!" Loudly coming through. And Celia steps into the corridor, sees you, and goes, "Come in here. It's quieter." And she moves into the kitchen.
Yeah, did she say nothing about the item in Dante's hand?
She sees it, but you get the feeling she's not going to question it. She's going to let you say it. This is her, the way she
Yeah,
operates.
I'll put it down. I'll put it down somewhere near whatever, near the entrance, wherever there's space. I'll
Yeah.
just prop it up against the wall and say, You were half right. It wasn't a prop, but it wasn't loaded either.
You say that to her. So she's walked into the kitchen at this point.
Mm-hmm.
You say that to her. You hear her from the kitchen going, what are you talking about?
Lucia's rifle.
You got the rifle fired at you?
Sorry, come again?
You got the rifle fired at you?
No. You thought Lucia's rifle was a prop.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
It wasn't.
It's, well, it's a real rifle.
Yeah, just wasn't loaded.
You walk into the kitchen, you see she's sort of boiling a very old kettle that the wires coming out of it are kind of frayed to the point of, and it's got a little post-it note on it that says, "Do not touch." You look over, you see that the kitchen sink is just overloaded with dishes and saucepans and stuff. And there's a post-it note beside it saying, "Cassius, do the dishes." Beneath that, there's another little post-it note that says, "No." At least that, there's another one that says, "Do the fucking dishes." Another one that says, "Fuck yourself." And there's various other little post-it notes that are all scattered above the place. Like there's on the fridge, there's one that's saying, "Stop taking my fucking milk," and all those kind of things. You get the feeling she deals with him with passive aggression. She turns to look at you and goes, "Was it? So it was real, but it wasn't loaded? It's a bit risky of her having something like that around."
I don't know.
Anyway, tell me about this theory of yours then.
Well, it's not mine, but I think it's an experiment worth trying. One of the people that I was with, I don't know what her deal is, but she saw some version of Alex Piper, and most of them, Alex had consumed the third seed and by then had been, what's the word? Irretrievable,
Tuned.
I suppose. Currently, he has taken 2. She'd seen a version of him where he had a large scar on his stomach.
And she thinks they're still in there.
She thinks they're still in there.
Well, I mean, I can do that if I'm following your thinking correctly, but that's one hell of an operation. That's dangerous.
Of course it is. But what's the alternative? Just let them all succumb to this? Live out their lives?
I can't do 250 stomach operations.
No. But Alex is a priority. He's a walking bomb. He starts talking and people murder each other.
Try. Yeah, I can try.
How's Jasper doing?
Good days and bad. Just fucking days. Just one. Just one. He gets up and down.
Tell me how I can help.
Well, if you can find someone who can afford me the equipment I need, that might make things easier. If you can get hold of some serious morphine, and I mean, if you found someone who could operate that morphine correctly, I mean, I'm not an anesthetist. I'm better at just slap job. I didn't really do too well on that stuff. And I guess maybe some people to donate blood that are same type as him, just in case. And apart from that, just leave me to do my thing.
I can try cover a few of those things.
Let me make this clear, though. What they are, what he is, and she gestures outside where the screaming is still coming from. She goes, anything, even a chance, is better than the state they're in. And I'm not having any guilt here. I'm not having anyone taking on any shoulders and bearing any burdens. You understand? What happens, happens. No guilt, no regrets. We take this and we go forward.
I don't think you'll hear any blame from me. As long as we do our best, right?
Not my blame. I know what I'm doing. It's you're the one who's got to bear with it.
Yeah.
Right.
Well then, I'm off to secure you some morphine and an anesthetic.
Good luck with that. And see you later.
Alright.
Okay. We are going to cut across to Jasmine. As you fly through the night sky on a rarely clear Ullmanoch night, you bounce back into the, I'm guessing into the upper part of your pub. Down below you can still hear the murmuring of conversation of the last couple of patrons below.
In that case, I'm not gonna fly up to my my living space. I'm going to fly behind the building and reappear there because if I can tend the bar, I will. So yeah, I'm gonna get in through the back entrance into the pub. Greet the regulars. Yeah.
You come in and you see there's a couple of the regulars of the bar. A rather old guy called Seamus bent over his beer, telling the same joke for the 500th time to a number of other people as you slip behind. There's also a couple of hipster kids in the corner who are sort of being in this place for the first time as you go to tend your bar. Anything else you want to do?
See, what day was it again?
It is now Sunday night.
Sunday night.
Because tomorrow is Monday. No, it's Monday night. Sorry, tomorrow's Tuesday.
Monday night.
Yeah.
All right.
Monday night.
In that case, Davey is working, and I think I also managed to get Rosa to work, right?
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna walk up to Davey and ask.
All right, boss.
Right?
Yeah,
Hey.
yeah. Slow night.
Slow night. Not a lot of people around.
Well, couple of people. Donnelly got a little bit aggressive when I told him he couldn't drive home. Got his keys behind the bar now, but he seems fine. Apart from that, seems fine. Yeah. Some fucking asshole carved some shit into the bar over there. I mean, it's mostly gotten rid of, but there's little scratches there.
Right. Yeah. It's. Wait. I'm gonna check it. Is it the thing that I tried to patch up?
It's the thing you tried to patch up, and it's mostly gone. There's still scratches now.
Yeah. Some asshole last week. I tried to fix it, but didn't have much time. I'll take another look at it tomorrow.
I know it's none of my business. I know I'm just like an employee, but you all right? You've been gone a while, and I'm not gonna lie, things have been a bit weird here. Like,
A bit weird.
Yeah.
Really?
I cleaned the bathroom out, and I came back 5 minutes later. There's another like pool of water just there, and
Yeah.
this is gonna sound really weird, but I had a really strong compulsion not to come into work today. I really didn't want to. I know I don't take that as in I love working for you. You're a great boss, but it's just I was really.
Right.
Also, we've got weeds growing out the back, loads of them.
Yeah. All right. I'll see what I can do about it. If it's too bad, I'll get Maggie on it.
All right. You're right though.
Yeah. No, just a bit busy lately.
You can talk to me like you pay me, so I can't judge you. You know.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I can handle it. It's nothing really. It's just personal stuff, you know.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, you all right? I mean, if you want, you can take the night off early. I'll continue over here.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, to make up
Easy.
for last week when you had to stay all on your own all of the sudden.
Right. I'll go do something special with the girlfriend then. Yeah.
All
Take
right,
her out to see that new Iron Man movie. Sounds good.
all right,
Right.
you do that.
Yeah. He goes out. He grabs his coat and steps out the bar.
All right, have a nice night.
You too, boss. Stay chill. And
You.
heads out the door.
All right, and I pull myself a drink, non-alcoholic because I'm working, and yeah, just tending the bar.
We cut to Ned and Isadora. What are you two doing?
Isadora, take it away.
Gladly. Just a second out.
What are you doing?
He's reaching in the back for something. I don't know what the fuck it is.
Yeah.
He's performing like advanced acrobatics right now.
What's going on?
Ned, what are you doing?
Holy is that a toolbox?
He's gonna pull out a screwdriver.
You're
I
right
have
there.
10 screwdrivers, and most of them are amazing. I have a automatic. Fucking perfect.
What?
All right.
I'm so
Nah.
confused.
The statue, let's just say, it's not on Isadora's mind. Or, I think, not even on the block, not even in the continent relating to Isadora at this point. He's just drinking slowly the same simple shot of Cointreau, just enjoying his time, and simply offers any game. He just picks out a random game to Ned.
You have this uncanny ability to always confuse me. Okay. And then some like, oh, Neda pulls out the business card, taps it gold, puts it back in, and just like scraping, dragging Alex Piper's like statuified body. He's just trying to move it closer to a table.
Yeah, you can get it. It's going to take you a while. Like a
Okay,
good
never mind.
while.
I'm actually stupid. He moves the table to it.
There you go. You
Yeah.
get the table to the figure that is on its knees, hands behind its back. It's already on a chair, which is the chair, by the way, the legs of it are bending slightly beneath it, but it's holding for the moment of the statue just sort of held with sort of like a hair tossed in a slap thing, slightly pouted lips, hands behind the back, sort of like still somehow looking like a fucking Instagram model. What are you?
He looks like he has an IRL filter.
Yeah, he looks.
So yeah, and then gestures to the desk, pulls out like, I don't know, man, like a pack of Uno cards.
You do see that beneath the bar there's a number of games. There's Settlers of Catan, which is missing like 3 or 4 of the hex cubes. There's Curse of Dracula, which is just half of the board pieces are gone. And there's Scythe, and that's completely just trash. And there's also Scrabble as well. But that's mostly whole, actually, although people have sort of scribbled bad words onto the board.
Ned like gets up to look at Isadora, and then he's like, "Oh, Silverhand, you're still here!"
Silverhand is just lying on the ground, his arm still gold, just going.
I forgot about you. I'm sorry.
You can see that some of the gold has melted back from his shoulder, and it's getting to the point now where he's like starting to be able to stand, and he's like pulling himself up. He's like,
"If you kill me, I'm gonna be mad."
Why would I kill you?
Have you not? All right, never mind. I'm not gonna go there.
No, I've got to find my fucking wife.
Okay, I suggest Isadora, can you get like a really large container and fill it with water? That's how you get rid of the thing.
Okay. A couple of hours later, arm fully normalized. He leaves the bar and leaves guide to it. What are you guys doing for the rest of the evening? Are you just going to sleep at the bar? Are you just going to stay there?
I'm gonna, as he's leaving, I'm just like, don't hesitate to call if something happens again. Well, not me, but this one guy will be there pretty quickly.
Can we say that before those 2 hours pass, Dante, upon like leaving Celia's, will give Halford a call?
Yeah,
Oh,
He
definitely.
doesn't know
Definitely.
where else we get hospital equipment. That's the one part. Like, yeah. So Dante's giving you a call, Ned.
Oh, okay. Hold on, I gotta wait 3 rings. Don't want to seem desperate. Hello.
Oi,
Yes. It's me.
there's a possible way to help your friend Piper, who I assume you don't want to keep in a statue form for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
We
What
do
about
need some hospital equipment. I'm going to text you what Celia gave me, the list. Can you procure it?
what would be the issue with just going to a normal hospital?
You want to take a golden statue to a normal hospital? Tell them cut out two.
But wasn't there the other? No. Wait. There was the other guy though, right? The normal one.
Right. We're gonna try to help him first.
Okay, so I would suggest using normal hospital equipment with a normal hospital on him, and then if everything goes right, we do Alex Piper.
And how do
Because
we explain who he is or his condition then?
drug addict. You can even show them the seed if you want. I'm sure that if they touch
show
it,
them the seed and say that the only way to remove it is to cut out cut their stomachs open.
yeah, you could even
let
spill
it pass naturally.
You could even
Doctors
spill.
will try to diagnose this, Ned.
Listen. You can spin some bullshit story about he has 24 hours to live before it digests. All right, and the only way to
in this instance, and would the authorities not show up to question me?
Isadora is very convincing. Listen, I don't think we should completely rule out using a normal, regular hospital.
We shouldn't, but would you do it or not?
What do you mean? Show up?
Find equipment.
Oh, I'll find equipment. I just need to know that the process works.
Exactly. I'm sending you the text.
Oh, okay.
All right. Dante says, thanks, Halford. And puts the phone down, sends him the text of the things that Celia gave him.
Before you leave, what should we do with Silverhand? He's like on his way out now.
Do with.
Isadora waves him goodbye.
What do you mean, do with?
He's just walking away. Should we ask him questions or something? I don't know.
Such as?
I can't think of anything at all. Hey, wait. Hey, Silverhand, what's your name?
He stops at the door. Give me a convince check. As he pushes it open and looks back at you.
Shameless. That's my broad one. I use that for fucking everything. And I think that's really it. Okay, convince. Oh well. Ooh, that's like the worst I could have ever rolled there.
Or
he looks back at you and he goes, "None of your business." He steps outside. He's gone.
Okay, he's gone, and we don't even know his name.
He's his own man. Look, he's gonna face tomorrow what he's done today anyway. Leave him alone.
All right, he's on his way home, I assume. But follow up with the small Indian lady, just in case.
Look, focus on what we can do. Find the equipment. I'm gonna find the rest. All right?
All right. Okay, I've pushed it to the side long enough, though. Tomorrow, we get the reporter.
Yeah.
All right. This was a productive call. Boom, hangs up.
Well, by that point, Dante had already hung up.
Yeah, it's going to hang up, realizing it already hung up. He's like, damn it. Isadora, come here. Let's play Uno. They play Uno, as if the statue is also a player and he has his
I-
own deck of cards.
I don't know what I expected, but yeah. The statue wins. No. Right.
Does Isadora play Uno with Halford and the statue?
Obviously.
Yeah. So basically, this is just us keeping guard over the statue so no one steals it.
I need some art of that. I really need someone to draw a picture of that. That's fucking brilliant.
This is the best way I could think of to keep us both here to guard the statue.
Okay.
You know, Isadora is like only a slightly bit better than the statue. He's not good, and he does not seem to. He looks at his cards like once every 2 minutes. When he takes them, he doesn't give a fuck. He just looks at Halford and listens to them, which
be
I
honest-
assume he talks.
Oh yeah,
sometimes.
no. They have a very lovely conversation over some drink, some tea, I assume, and the store sign, by the way, is flipped to close. Like if they have one on the outside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does Isadora flirt with Ned?
Yes, but also no, because it's Isadora.
Yes.
Yes, I know.
All that.
What were you saying, Syriinx?
He just seems to be interested in Ned's well, not specifically story, in Ned. History.
Make an investigate roll, dude. Make an investigate roll on Ned. Do it.
Yep. 100%.
While you do that, I was just gonna say this is Ned's Uno game, so I envision Ned having that with him and like having a few cheat cards, so like printing extra +4 cards, and so we see on the table like the statue, then like Isadora really thinking about it, and Ned just like with a bunch of like extra +4 cards.
He just has a handful of +4. He places one.
God.
He places one to give it to the statue. Out of the statue's hand falls out another +4, and Isadora has to draw 8.
Run City of Mist. It will be serious.
Okay. In investigate,
Did you roll in roll 20?
Is
Oh, okay, sorry.
the ability to understand.
Yeah.
Good learner, does it work here?
Yeah.
No, actually,
Definitely.
no, it shouldn't. No, never. It shouldn't.
Well, you're trying to learn the game. Or you're trying to learn him.
No, I mean like the tag "good learner" in my opinion doesn't.
If you're
fit.
are you trying to learn him or are you trying to learn the game?
Oh, him
Oh,
specifically.
then no. Yeah.
Okay. And I'd say okay. So the ability to understand and that's it. I'd say like
Okay, give me an investigation check.
uh-huh. Please give me a natural 12.
I read about this in the book, so I wanted to do it, but I have no idea what happens.
Right. You get one clue about Ned. What would you like to know?
Can I give the choice to Mr. Halford himself?
What do I want to reveal?
Yes.
It's fuzzy
Oh.
though. It's fuzzy. Remember?
Okay.
Because he
Fuzzy.
didn't do a good success.
All right. Ned.
Or you can choose to ask him a question. Those are the ones I'm going to let you do. Either you can choose to give fuzzy details, or you can ask a detail about.
Okay. I say we trade. You ask me a question, I ask you a question, Isadora.
Yeah.
What do you think? Even if you don't have anything specific, what do you think the world needs to know about Ned Halford?
I mean, very, very obviously, is very, very extremely important. His first, like, what did he did be? How did he get to his point in his career? His development as a person with a job.
How did he get into the game show business? Oh no.
And also, like, either that or his former jobs.
Okay. You gather that I can't think of a way to phrase this as Ned, but you gather you gather enough to know that Ned is, as much as he puts up a facade, he is not one of the 1%. He wasn't born into it, you know? You can't tell if he was always interested, not always interested, anything else, but he is not purebred in the sense that like he was destined to do this from the day he was born. Man worked with blood, sweat, and tears to get to this point. And what I want to ask about Isadora is
Yes.
Flirt with people all the time.
I mean, no.
What do you want from Grace?
Okay. It's I mean, I guess like I don't know if to put it as does Ned ask the question?
I think the way I'm framing this in my mind, the only way it makes sense is you guys are sitting there, you're playing Uno, you're drinking as the night goes on. Very slowly, these questions begin to come out, but they come out in a way that you can't give fuzzy details. You have to sort of, it gets to the point where you end up basically revealing it either through body language or through just saying.
Okay. Well, Isadora gives straight up answer, I'd say, to a very straight up question. Just says, I'm trying to remember my entire character. It's simply understood from his words, which I will not even attempt to
You don't
say.
have to, don't worry.
Oh wait, no, actually, I should.
Give it a go if you want, but you don't have to.
He doesn't lean back in his chair as like he's in the same position the entire game. Like just puts a random number that means nothing on the pile. He just says, "I want to understand. I want to know. You might have some information, and it's very, very fun." He smiles, drinks, just continues. Just randomly shuffles his card like without understanding the game.
Out of character, I was dual wielding a phone call with my mom while doing this. So basically, what I gathered from half listening was that he wants to understand Gracie has information, right?
Wants to know, and he thinks it's very, very fun.
We can agree there, buddy, bucko, old buddy, old pal, partner.
As we leave you guys there, having that very delightful conversation. Are we gonna, let's see, do we want to try and cut that off for the night, or is anyone trying to do anything else at this point?
Can we get downtime, or no?
Yeah, you'll see it then.
Okay, sorry.
You don't mean the session, you mean the day, right?
It's at this point it's the end of the day. So like, what else? Yeah.
Yeah, I have something to do.
Yeah, what are you gonna try to do?
I got something to do for the deep evening. So Dante's been thinking about this for a while, ever since we started talking about William Redknuckle and the red seeds that keep appearing, and after hearing Piper's story about being force-fed the seed, he thinks that it's quite impossible that all of the people they'd seen had been force-fed. Not impossible, but at the very least improbable. There must have been some of them, like Jasper, who had no life, who had been on the outs of the society, who had taken the drug voluntarily to begin with. Now he knows some people around town. He can go around and ask a bit. That might also help him find some untoward person with a degree in anesthesiology, perhaps. It might help him, it might not. But what he's going to do is going to make himself look a bit worse, a bit more desperate, a bit more drawn. He's going to go out on town and visit various corners, various drug dealers, score a few drugs, talk to them, talk to other junkies. I don't like using that word, but like talk to other users, let's say.
Since it's the end of the night, I want you to give
Yeah.
me a investigation check, and I am also going to roll a randomness check. Let's do 3 times. So once for the anesthetist, once for random luck in connection to the dealers, and a third time for random events happening. I'm going to roll
Right.
them GM private, but
No problem.
but yeah.
But one thing I will say, after he gathers that information, he's also going to go back home and like cross-reference names and such in the police database.
Okay. We'll take that as one investigation check because we want to keep
Yeah.
everything moving.
But I'm basically using all of the tags on like my second theme because that's what he's going to be doing. Like literally his routine and police
Okay.
database access.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Dynamite, baby. Let's go.
Okay.
Haha. What did I roll? 8.
8. Oh, okay. So, right, what would you like to know?
All right. I think throughout the evening rather, Dante will procure some minor quantities. Try to talk to other people who use whether they've heard anything. Say like, oh, I've got a mate. He's been swearing by this red seed stuff. Have you heard anything about it? Things like that, you know.
Mhm.
See if they know anything about
So,
who deals
okay.
it, where
So
they
the
deal it
first
from.
the first one is about the red seeds, and basically you're asking a bunch of people about the red seeds. You start to ask people, go into the sort of the areas, the rougher areas down in Russet Way, and some parts of Old Harbor. Even
Yeah.
some parts of White Sails are a lot rougher, even though most of it is higher end. You have a lot of difficulty. You manage to get some supply, but talking to people, you notice one or two things. They either immediately clam up when you mention the red seeds, or they become almost on the verge of violent, where they go from being friendly to sort of like friendly / slightly nervous to on the point of like, you better fucking walk away,
Yeah.
that kind of thing. And you find yourself going nowhere. And you know from experience, these people are all interconnected. So to get in a scuffle with one is to get in a scuffle with all. Give me your second question.
Second question. How do I phrase this? So nobody wants to talk about the seed, but then I'll ask about Jasper at some point.
You asked about Jasper.
If they've seen Jasper, where's Jasper been? Who's he gone to see? That type of thing.
You ask for a good while about Jasper, and this is a much harder one, but eventually you find a guy who basically says that he knew Jasper. He's a sort of an older looking guy, homeless guy, rather grizzled, and he basically says that he knew him. Used to be a good kid, used to hang around here. Knew his mother too, Lily. She was nice.
Right. Well, is she still around?
She used to have a house up in Russet Way, way downtown. But she's not really seen around these days.
Right. I haven't seen Jasper in a while, and he'd I'd never been to his mother's place, but would have been lovely to visit him again. You haven't have any idea where he went? Who he hangs out with these days?
Oh, no. Just
Damn shame.
disappeared one day. Just gone.
Completely.
It happens to a lot of young men these days. Young
What was
women
he on?
too. Oh, same stuff, you know. Maybe a heroin, maybe a this and that. I used to
Right.
do weed with him, but that was, harmless. But he was a lost boy. You know what they call those in
in Ullmanoch? Lost boys.
No, what?
They're the ones who get left behind. They
Yeah.
get all lost up in fights and that kind of thing and forgotten. It's a little phenomenon. Doesn't really seem to happen in other cities, but boys get very distant from there. Well, and girls too, actually, just get distant from their parents and just drift away. They're quite
At
vulnerable.
those words, Dante has his eyes are in horror as the guy. So he's not trying not to show, but he is horrified to just hear that.
It's like this city just wants to let you free.
Does it now?
Mm.
You enjoy your take, mate. Thanks for a good conversation.
Oh, no worries. Have a good night,
How
yeah.
many clues do I have left?
You have 2 clues left.
Is there an anesthesiologist I can find?
Ooh.
Is there one?
You-
I'll trade you 2 clues for 1 good anesthesiologist.
For one, okay. Right. This is going to take both clues,
Yes.
but it's still going to be. So
I'll
find
roll.
out that there is it takes you a good lot of asking, but
Yeah.
after talking to quite a lot of people, you find out there's a person down in White Sales who usually serves higher end customers, but sometimes she's called the Bleeding Heart because occasionally she'll do something just for the sake of it. She's not got a doctor's degree. She's not technically a doctor, but she's very good at knowing things. And the only name you get is Elara.
Okay. Well then, yeah. I mean that's it.
Okay.
That's it for now. He'll head home, and hopefully next morning they can reconvene and find Elara.
Right.
Yeah.
Elizabeth, you arrive back home as your wife is sort of busying away the last of dinner. You open the door and she turns to you and she's got a little bit of a more happier spirit than last time, and she sort of smiles when you see her and she goes, "Oh, you're back. How was your day?"
I actually think the students may have liked me today.
That's a change. There's food in the fridge if you want it. Is everything all right? Seem a bit
Yeah.
rattled.
Now she'll make her way to the fridge and say, yeah, let's head to bed together tonight.
Yeah, of course. Oh, you're never gonna believe what happened in the surgery today. It was and she starts going off into a story about that as she sort of bustles away. What are you saying to her as well after that?
I think I'm gonna keep her talking as long as I can. So keep asking questions about her day and stuff like that, and try to keep that conversation going.
She goes on for a while, telling you sometimes irrelevant details, but it's kind of nice. It's the sort of the normality of it all, of the people that are nicking food from the fridge and nicking her dinner and that kind of thing is nice. And by the time it's all done, some form of normality has returned between the two of you. And
Before, so that's legit the plan, to eat dinner and then after a bit go to bed together. Elizabeth will try to hide the wound that is well. I still have stabbed one, so there's still something there. So she'll
give
try
me a
to
sneaking around, please.
That's gonna be a flat roll, baby. I'm not gonna.
Nothing.
Well, no, I don't. I don't really like.
I think you've got
immediately
the step 1 working against you here, though, right?
but I have pain relief 1.
Yeah,
so,
you got.
Yes,
Oh,
yeah,
fair.
okay, fair enough.
So yeah, I'm just gonna flat roll. Sneak around.
For the crew, is no reputation burned or not? Sorry
Yeah.
to cut.
No
It-
reputation is
it was
burnt.
burned
That's right.
from-
Okay,
The only one.
Just checking. Sorry, continue.
An 8.
You spend the night together, and like I said, the normality of it all is a breath of fresh air, and the connection is instantly back where it was. Though it isn't easy to hide a scar from someone you were that close to, but you manage it. You think, and as you drift off to sleep with her in her arms, you feel a great deal of stress ease away from you. Not the kind that Jasmine does. The genuine kind. The real release. We're going to cut to tomorrow morning as papers are left at the doors and the early sun begins to break across Ullmanoch. It is a sort of a grey day, the usual Ullmanoch sort. Sun stuck behind the blanket of clouds, but no rain yet. What are you doing as you each wake up? I imagine Ned and Isadora have fallen asleep in front at the table with the Uno cards spread around them. Unless what do you?
Can we take
How are
a
you?
small break?
Yeah, of course.
Sure.
Sleep. We're
Sugar.
we're actor and a student. We don't sleep.
Dude, what I thought would be fucking hilarious is if we were both like sleeping like this, and then like Ned wakes up, and he's like, "Who knows?"
Just wakes up with several cards stuck against his face.
He just wakes up with like a skip going this way.
Wakes up and it seems that the statue has won.
Yeah.
Somehow it seems that the statue has won.
Yeah.
In the night.
Dude, this is
Right.
just me, but like I always imagine Alex Piper's face to be like mid nut. It's just like always like, oh, just like
Why would you think that?
I always imagine him as like
Oh.
you know,
He's just good looking, guys. He's just
Yeah.
that's all it is.
I
Like
imagine-
no one needs to make this weird. He's just
dude, I
a
imagine
good
his
guy.
facial expressions. I imagine his facial expressions are always like perpetually stuck in just the, you know.
I mean, opposed to the gif of handsome Squidward falling over earlier, that's kind of the pose
That's
I
it.
imagine him to be in.
Yeah. That's
Squidward still applies under my description.
Interest.
Yeah.
You should be ashamed, Seamus. Why should Seamus be ashamed?
The name Seamus has been ruined for me by Family Guy.
Oh
Just
no,
I just call Samus James.
the guy who works on with our sheep is called Seamus, and I've known him for 22 years of my life. I have no fucking clue what he's saying to this day. I've never understood a word he said to me. He goes, "All right, man, we are."
I don't know.
I go,
Oh, lovely.
Enjoyable.
yes, Seamus.
Yo, Craig, cut this out. Seamus might be watching.
I was being nice, but
Well, it doesn't matter because even if he understands it, he would never be able to relate to you that it offended him.
I'm sorry, Syriinx, but I was not using against you.
Oh.
Did I left to put the ice cream back in the freezer because if I ate more, I was gonna die.
Maybe Matt was just talking about a different Seamus.
Did me and Isadora get downtime, or was the co-op
coming-
investigation considered our downtime?
Do you want to do that? Yeah. So that that was that. So it's not downtime because it's actually considered like rest time. But what you'll have tomorrow will be essentially today. You'll have a bit of downtime until this evening, and you figure out what you want to do.
Okay, I was just asking.
Unless you want to use today. You know, it's your option. Either you
I'm
use
gonna
today
use
for
today.
investigation, or you take it as downtime.
Yeah, I'm gonna use today.
Up to you.
I'll let you know.
Today, listen, today We're hunting Zyra Shaw. We're gonna catch us.
Don't say
I thought
hunting.
today
Hunting is the
we were
wrong
going
word.
to- I
Did I-
just
Hunting is definitely the wrong word.
If
it's
she's like,
slightly upsetting to me that we didn't end up using like the small hours of the night to move around the statue because nobody's going to be awake at that hour. But it will be fun trying to do that in the middle of the day with
Yeah.
everyone wondering what the fuck is happening.
it'll also be very, very nice if we encounter any. We could finally put him in a crowd where he'll be okay in a crowd. You know.
Everybody likes a nice
Go to the
statue.
park. We could go to the park and just put him on a pedestal, and no one
Exactly.
comes in.
Everyone likes a nice statue, and people gonna be mad if it's going away.
Yeah, it's golden statue, and it's super like art student-y. He's sitting here just going, oh, you know.
City officials are gonna be like, "Who placed this illegal statue
You
here?"
can put like a note at the bottom that says this is a gift because the other
you know,
guy's
rain
head
exists,
keeps getting
right? We're in
stolen.
Scotland.
Oh my god, yeah. Good one.
Like keeping him indoors was the smartest thing we've done so far, and you want to just throw that away?
Nah, just
Just
put him
fucking
out.
dude,
Do you
chuck
honestly believe
If
Scotland?
you don't
yeah.
know where he is, you can't hurt him.
like we chuck him out like the Uncle Phil from Fresh Prince of Bel Air. Just went just out the
Okay.
front door.
And
The
as
problem
morning
is
breaks,
Not
I'll
only
just give
will we
you.
strain our
We don't
I'll give you
actually do that.
today's paper.
All
If you look
right.
on Roll20, you can see today's
Oh,
paper.
God.
Lovely.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Mm.
Don't have the time or the concept or the ability to focus on different things.
Someone,
If you need me to read something out for you, I can do that.
that might be a good idea.
Yeah.
you
So
can
which
Text is
one?
very,
just
the text
YouTube.
is very small and thin.
Oh, the first one says police uncover 5 bodies from the bay.
I think
Locals.
all of us read that one, right?
Yep, locals in shock this morning as 5 bodies are pulled out of the bay. Local master fisherman Fergus Sandgraves said that he spotted the forms out in the water and knew there was something up. He stated, "Can't trust blood in the water in these parts. Draws dangerous things." Mr. Stangrave has had a long history of mental illness. The police have not given any names to the people found, but due to the nature of their deaths, they believed this to be some sort of suicide pact. The second story is Ullmanoch Zoo welcomes new otter pups. The Ullmanoch Zoo has just had the most wonderful announcement of 3 new otter pups to join their growing family. The 3 babies are doing very well, says head keeper Sandra, but they're very naughty and playful. The baby otters have been named Finn, Tarka, and Ozymandias.
I like that second one.
Ullmanoch Coast Guard issue a rough weather warning. The Ullmanoch Coast Guard are worried about the rough weather forecast for the coming week. They remind people to dress warmly and only go out of the water if you're wearing full safety equipment. The next story is Xander Lowe reveals all. Xander Lowe, popular reality TV star of Sex Beach, reveals all the details of what went on whilst on the island. He has promised to shed light on the famous pineapple incident.
Fuck
And
yeah,
finally,
Sex Beach.
Children TV show finally cancelled. The famous Ullmanoch filmed TV show Pookie's Fun Zone has been cancelled after the disastrous and confusing last episode. The show has run for nearly 17 years now. Creator Dale Winter has no comment.
Only 17 years.
So I grew
Boy,
up
had to make them up.
a long
Yeah.
time for a large part of my childhood. I spent growing up in Ullmanoch. Does that show ring any bells?
Oh yeah,
to me?
you know Pookie's Fun Zone. Pookie's Fun Zone is it's pretty much like Barney the Dinosaur or one of these kind of things. There's a guy dressed up in like a strange. It's almost like a black fluffy, like almost like a Furby type thing. But it's got it's almost like it's one of those things you love as a kid, and then as you get older, it's suddenly creepy. It's got like 6 eyes on it, and it's like kind of fluffy and friendly. And you didn't know about this last episode, the disastrous last episode, but it's a show that's run for years, and it's
Honestly, when I saw the title, I was sure like this show got cancelled because the puppet is a sex offender. That was like my only thought. That was my only thought because it
Don't say
made
that about Pookie.
sense.
But yeah, no, I mean, if I'm able to, am I able to find that last episode online?
Yeah.
Because I'm like, gotta
Should
watch
have pirated the
something
last
during
episode.
breakfast.
Give me an investigation check, please.
Oh, lovely. All right, let's see if I have anything
So
that can
over
help
your
me out
morning
here.
breakfast, there's still a couple of people at the bar. Seamus is still there. He spent the whole night at the bar.
Oh, I'm watching it on my laptop. I'm not like
Okay.
running it on the running it on the TV.
Yeah, give me
I've
an
got
investigation,
earbuds.
please.
All right, amateur sleuth.
Yep.
And I think that would be all. Yeah, I think that is all. So here we go. Investigate with a 1 power. That's a 7. Mild success.
Ooh, okay. Right. Give me what clue would you like to know?
Yeah. Why was that episode controversial or like hated or something like that? What
Right.
was up with
You search all over it, and no matter what like comment sections or Reddits you find yourself on, all you can find is people raging about it, but nobody is saying why, and nobody seems to know why. And they sort of go like, well, you actually send a couple of messages like, what happened? And they go, oh, it was disgraceful, but they can't say why.
That's it.
Finally, after like shifting to a couple of like more dodgy sites, you find one clip where the fluffy black Pookie is in front of everyone, waving his arms around. He goes, Pookie says, and then it cuts out.
What?
He
What?
says what?
All right.
Summons the ancient one.
Usually that part of the show is where Pookie goes, Pookie says, do this, and all the kids do that. When it cuts
What did
out
he
when he
say?
says that last part. He said,
What
Yeah.
the hell? Yeah. All right. Yeah, that's one way to start the morning.
That's the best way to start the morning. Gives you
you look,
enthusiasm.
by the way, you look at the comments on that video and they're like, this is so insulting. I'm disgusted. How could he say this?
All right.
Dude, is it like it's like the equivalent of like the N-word in a foreign language? What is this? What the-
Or maybe people can hear. Maybe people hear different things or whatever. But
They just
Yeah,
hear the
scroll-
most insulting thing.
Scrolling down,
So-
you can see some people saying like, to say this about women is disgusting, and another person is saying something like, I'm really aggressive about Japanese people or something. There's the most random assortment between the issues people seem to be getting grumpy about, but there was
Alright.
nothing connecting them.
I'm
That-
going to make a note in my phone that just says like, look into Pookie.
Okay.
Forget my mum. Forget Daniel
No.
Harbourman. Look into
Hold
Pookie.
on. This is in the note like if you have nothing better to do.
Yeah,
No,
When's that film gonna be?
Today,
Really well.
Jasmine definitely has better things to do.
Yeah. Hey, the murder cases don't matter. Let's investigate Pookie.
Let's investigate. Pookie says a slur.
On the
It says
on-
all the slurs.
Yeah, that's like such a well-crafted sentence. It's like,
Oh.
I am going to burn this shit down.
Okay. I want this to be true. How much is Ned aware of the pineapple incident?
how much does Ned keep up with English television? You are an American, aren't you?
Yes, but I would say a
Disgusting.
lot. I would say a lot. Like,
Okay.
I want Ned to know who Xander Lowe is and like
Okay.
the sweet deets.
I
know.
will say you know bits and pieces of this because there's a lot of, but this is a famous English show. So Sex Beach is basically they get a bunch of random people, they put them on a beach, and whoever has sex with the most people gets the most points. It is the bottom level of the most pretty much despicable English television. Like it's the worst of the worst. And it's pretty widely disdained, but everyone kind of loves it at the same time. Xander Lowe was
And you're-
probably the most successful member of Sex Beach. And randomly, according to him, there was a night where a pineapple sort of turned up at various occasions, and it was sort of joked about and talked about, and nobody quite knows what happened with the pineapple.
I thought you were gonna say that he shoved the pineapple up his ass or something.
You're jumping way too quickly to the bad things.
I thought that because he was like the Chaticus of the island. He was like the I don't know. I thought it would be funny. Anyway,
Okay.
it's like, oh,
Crossing
finally,
over to Dante as you wake up. What are you doing as you wake up?
Oh, is that? Yeah. Dante wake up soon. Like he doesn't sleep much. He sleeps like 5 or 6 hours at most. So he wakes up at like 7 in the morning after going to sleep at 1 o'clock. And now he does read the paper. Nothing really there that catches the eye other than the obvious thing, which is the main headline. Everything else.
You do see. Did Vanessa watch Pookie Fun Zone?
Yeah.
You do see that?
Yeah. But other than that, he's gonna go back to finishing his wall, and while he's doing that, he'll check his phone messages to see if James called back at any point.
You check your phone. There was a missed call from James. There was no left message and no left voicemail.
Okay, it's 8 in the morning. Might as well. I called James again. What time did he call? Did he call in the middle of the night?
Called in the middle of the night, 1 in the morning. Fuck, leaving a message.
Hey James, man. Sorry, I was probably asleep by then when you called. If it's not much trouble, give us a call again, huh? Just want to verify you're all right, mate. Have a slight suspicion that everything that's been happening was to corral a part of you in the theater. I assume everyone from yesterday has gone there today as well, so just want to know how things are. I don't think Doc's going to be very happy seeing me there right now, but fuck him. If you don't call back, I'm coming there. And he just keeps painting his wall.
Okay.
Also drops a text to Celia, says, found a possible anesthetist, name of Ilara, does her business in white sales.
Okay. Couple of minutes passed. You get the of the dot 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 comes across. Dot dot dot. Dot dot dot. Fine. Post.
Okay, so all that suspense makes me think she must have heard of Ilara and typed other things first. Or she's an extremely slow typer. But yeah, that's it. If James doesn't call in the next like 3 hours, Dante's gonna grab his coat and go to the Asphodel Theatre. See what the fuck the new show's about.
Okay. Elizabeth, you wake up to a steaming coffee beside your bed, and a warm arm wrapping around your chest and sort of a face nuzzling into your neck. What are you going to do?
Yeah, the moment she wakes up, she already made up her mind. She's gonna linger in the moment for a bit, but as soon as she can, she's gonna take out her phone and she's gonna put an announcement on like the online platform that uni uses to say it like, class is cancelled today, feeling sick. Work on your assignments.
Cuts to multiple students panically doing last things. Go, yes.
So that's the first thing she does when she can. Other than that, she's gonna stay there, linger in the embrace for as long as she can, and if, depending on when Alice needs to leave, she will make breakfast, depending if time allows it.
There are times when seconds are glorious, and this is one of those moments. And as the seconds pass by and you enjoy every bit of it, you begin to sort of find yourself easing into relaxation again. This is pretty much how it was when you guys first got together. And, right. What are people doing then?
Jasmine is gonna do two things today. First of all, she's gonna check the bathroom, see if there's like still that black puddle or something there.
Yeah, okay. You head into the bathroom later in the day, and you see that there is a black, muddy puddle in the center of your bathroom.
Well, fuck. Yeah. First, gonna get a mop. See if I can clean it up.
You take your mop, you clean it up until the point that it's polished clean. And as you are pressing the mop in and scorching the last of it and rolling the mop to the exit, you turn back and there's a noise as black water bubbles out from seemingly beneath the ground and once again leaves a perfectly exactly the same sized black puddle in the center of your bathroom.
All right, yeah. At that moment, Jasmine takes out a phone and calls Maggie Gallagher, her maintenance handy woman.
You go, okay. A bit of a silence, and then after a minute, you hear, "Right."
Hi, Maggie.
Yeah?
Got an issue in the bathroom. I think it's might be some kind of burst pipe or something. Just
All right, okay, get right down there now. We'll be fast in a second.
All right, that's lovely.
All right.
Yeah. All right. Thank you.
Okay, now there. See you soon. Gone.
Yes. See you soon. All right. Yeah, and let's see. Yeah, she's gonna stay until like the around noon or so, expecting Maggie to come over rather quickly. She can be counted on, and afterwards, well, after in the afternoon, she's gonna go over to the police station she used to work at.
Okay. Right. So that's pending. That's pending. Ned and Isadora, you two doing anything? Or you just chilling?
And Ned read the paper. I'm still hung up on this whole pineapple thing. Can I use a flashback to make me more involved in this pineapple incident?
You can definitely do that. Do you want to do that?
I have no idea how I would incorporate it. Okay, sure. Flashback. You zoom back out, right, at hyper speed, and you zoom back in slowly, and you see sort of what's it called? A man, I don't know. It's one of those interviews that they do for like reality. You know how in like Total Drama Island they have like the stalled conversations where they talk, right? So Ned is doing one of those about Xander Lowe on one of his shows, and he's just like, I heard about this guy. And he's this British television guy. He's like the king of like the worst show ever. All right, and you don't know what show this is for. You don't know what Ned is doing this, but you assume it's one of Ned's shows, which he's doing this on, and he's just like, yeah, he praises him, simultaneously shit talking him multiple times. Keeps bringing up the pineapple incident, how much he wants to interview Xander Lowe, and just on his show.
This has to be the worst use of a flashback, but it's kind of amazing, and I'm gonna go with it. Yeah. So what would you like to know about?
Yeah, as it goes back into reality, and that's just like, damn it, I never got that interview.
You never got that interview, but your people gave you a lot of information on Xander Lowe. He's the typical like fuckboy, like epitome of fuckboy. He's just aggressively insecure about his masculinity, very overly sort of flirty to the point of weirdness, and he's just sort of become a kind of an icon in Britain, with people either who love him or absolutely hate him because he's just the worst person in the world, and he pretty much is the worst person in the world.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
In my head, Ned has a late night show called "It's That Guy."
It's like the Ellen show, but like reversed. He's just asshole on stage, but he's great behind the stage.
It's that guy, Xander Lowe. You will love to hate him.
Amazing.
Today's just like, today we're going to talk about this guy who I couldn't get on the show. I don't know why he didn't come on my show. My show is great. But basically, we're going to talk about Xander Lowe. He does the big screen behind him. So this guy, and that's the whole flashback.
So from what you know from the pineapple incident, essentially, he was dating one girl on the show. and they made a comment about a pineapple. And then later on in the show, he was dating another girl, and he gave her a pineapple, and she burst out laughing. And that's nobody knows what the pineapple incident is, but it's something to do with that.
Maybe it's just
Was that my clue that I got? Or
That's
okay,
what else do you want to know?
I don't know. What other uses for juice in this particular situation other than a clue?
Uh,
Man, I know this is like a shit. This is like a backwards path here.
You could
Wait, it's
bank it as a
juice or
juice.
clue, right?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
juice or clue.
Oh,
What do
was
you
that
want?
the clue? Was that the clue
No,
that
juice or clue. No. You can ask for a clue. Do you want to have a specific clue? What would you like to know specifically?
Yeah. Could Ned convince okay, with Ned's current status and Xander's current status, could at this point in time Ned somehow convince Xander Lowe to get that interview?
Okay, you do know a couple of things from when you heard about Xander. He's unbelievably arrogant. He thinks he's way higher up in fame than he actually is, which in reality is sort of like minor fame in England. And the way to get him to do anything is stroke that ego. And once you have him convinced that he's a great guy and you love him, he will pretty much do anything.
Okay, so all right, that's great. Ned just like produces a string of 20 tweets talking about how great Xander Lowe is onto his public account, and it's just like, man, wouldn't it be so great if I got this guy on an interview? Well, it appears I'm in Ullmanoch right now, so wouldn't it be crazy if we got like an interview? It'd be really wacky if there was like an interview so kind. Anyway,
As you spam out those tweets, we're going to jump across two things are happening at the same time now. It is reaching the point by this sort of midday. Elizabeth is relaxing with her wife and sort of chatting over breakfast, and let's have brunch later, honey. Yeah, and all that coupley shit. No.
Lesbian brunch.
At that point, Dante, there is no
He's
call.
teaching.
There's no call from James. And whilst you're teaching, you are glancing at your phone. Nothing. At that point, the plumber comes over to you, Jasmine. She heads in, spends roughly an hour in there. She's a very short, dumpy woman, but sort of powerfully built. She's got a enthusiasm to her that's sort of slightly intimidating almost. It's like, how does this older woman have so much energy, and where does it come from? And as she goes in, she just sort of rolls up her sleeves right to the shoulder and goes straight to the job. Comes back in, mud right up to the elbows. He goes, "Ain't no fucking idea what's going in there. I don't know. I didn't know pub, I didn't know pipe, and even I couldn't pull up this. I couldn't get him to nothing into it."
Oh fuck shit! Are you sure? You checked
I
all of it.
looked in, looked on the sides, looked on the plate, and nothing going on in there.
God. All right. Any idea of
Hmm.
any way of fixing this?
Oh,
Oh shit. God, I don't want to.
Give me a few
Really?
days,
No,
I'll have a
we-
wee look around and see if I can find something else. Maybe I'm not sure, but we try.
Sure. If you could find anything. But yeah,
It
This
will
is
look
a-
like that.
this is the last thing I needed this week.
Yeah,
Right.
of course.
Well, thank you, anyways.
No worries.
Yeah.
Here's a pint, will you? Here's a pint, will you?
So, oh yeah, sure. I'll go get her a pint.
Fucking people don't listen these days.
Sorry, got a lot on my head this week. All right.
She just
There you go.
gone flat to the ground. Goes right, and goes marching back in to the bathroom.
All right.
Shoulders one.
Okay.
Arms rolled up once. Isadora, what do you?
Isadora. Just does a bunch. Just takes it easy by going to a bunch more classes. I have no idea of what to do. Maybe afterwards, like, just
You can
goes on.
spend. You can go to your classes. I mean, what is it? What subject are you studying again?
Emotional side.
Emotional science. You go to a couple of good lectures. Some of your lecturers don't seem to really know what they're talking about a lot of the time, but you go to a number of them and they're good. Chat to people, get a good idea of some things. As the rest of the day comes to as the rest of the day is coming to it's now lunchtime at this point. Give me an idea what everyone is doing with the rest of their day.
Okay. Seeing that by lunchtime I've not received anything from James, Dante will grab a very quick lunch, something like just 2 sandwiches. Basically wrap them up, put them in his pocket, go back to his classroom, write a big problem on the blackboard, point to it and say, prove this. Put it down.
Do you ever see 200 people panicking at once? You've done it. It's the part of these students go from sort of wide-eyed to a couple of them seem to pick it up. The number of the stoner ones who haven't really been paying attention look a little bit more terrified.
But Dante knows his students is the thing, and he knows that they're capable of it. And there's also a thing that I don't really want to go into called like the Murphy method, which is basically what he's doing right now. He's just going, prove this.
Brilliant.
You know how I operate. He puts it down and looks at Johnny and Kima, says, considers you two as well.
Brilliant. They've done this sort of thing before and they jump into action immediately. You're heading to the Asphodel Theatre.
Yes.
Right. How would you like to get there? Public transport.
Public transport.
Okay.
Reading the newspaper while I'm there. So, yeah.
Okay. As you head there by public transport, is anyone else doing anything else with the rest of their evening before it reaches end of work time?
Well, before the evening, I would like to even if Maggie's not done yet, I'm going to tell her, hey Maggie, I'm gonna have to head out now.
All right.
You just when you're finished, just lock up. You know where the keys are. And,
all right. Can I have another bite?
Yeah. Sorry.
Have another bite?
Yeah, of course.
All right.
You can tap it yourself. You know where it is. All right.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
Hey, fine, sure.
We know how she gets her energy.
All right, and I'm going to head out to the police office where I used to work.
Okay.
So yeah, gonna go drive over there. Where in the city is it? Can you pop up the map?
The police. So there's a number of police stations in the city. The one that you used to work in. That's up to you. What kind of area was the police station you're working?
It's not the best area of town.
Not the best. So if you're looking for not the best, it's probably going to be Old Harbour, Tomb Street, Rusted Way, or Eden Bridge.
Could you pop up the map so I can take a look? I wouldn't say it's Tomb Street. That would be quite close to home. So could you repeat them again?
So there's Russet Way here.
Mm-hmm.
There's Eden Bridge down here. Or there's Old Harbour here.
All right, I'd say Eden Bridge.
Right.
So let me just pop down a little cop emoji so we know where it is. Cop. Where's the police? Anyways, here you go. Okay, so
I will say Eden Bridge and Russet Way is the only places in Ullmanoch where the cop stations have actual walls built around them, along with the actual protection. It's coming back to sort of an old time where it was quite violent in those areas.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna go over
How-
there.
How are you getting there?
With my car. Got an old
Orb.
Mini Cooper.
We've not.
And,
Oh yeah, Mini Cooper.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, I drive over there. Go towards the how do you call that? Yeah, guest parking. I
You pull up
suppose.
in you pull up in the guest parking of the
Hmm.
police station. As your door opens, you are once hit by a flood of memories watching this place. The amount of days you spent coming into out of here, the exhaustion, the stress, the all the other things that came with it. As you go into the police office, where are you going?
Well, towards the reception. See if first of all, hoping someone's working there that I recognize.
You see a younger, sort of 20s sort of girl, very overdone up with makeup, with eyebrows that are so thick they look like two black slugs across her forehead. And, all right.
Hey, is Elva working today by any chance?
Sorry,
Is Elva?
Elva?
The sketch artist. Is she working by any chance today?
Peter says she's working. Yeah, she's in the room
Right.
down the road, just down to the right.
All right.
Who's asking? You got a crime to report me?
It's Jasmine Wright, old colleague. Just gotta catch up, you know.
All right, all
Yeah.
right. She sort of taps away as you move in.
Mhm.
You go into the back room where you find Elva is there. He is a rather, wait, Elva. Let me make sure I've got the right Elva here. She, yes.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, I do have that. Okay. You go in and you see Elva there. She's still in not in full uniform, but sort of the level below that where you're in half, sort of smart dress, but not quite. Not working at this point. She goes, Jasmine.
Yeah.
Oh my God. How are
Yeah.
you?
Well, it's been quite a week, but all in all, I'm doing pretty all right. How have you been?
Inundated at the moment.
Hmm.
Quite a lot of violence in the streets at the point.
Yeah.
How can I help you? What's up? What's up?
Yeah. So I kind of started looking into my mum's disappearance again.
Oh, Jasmine.
No, look. I was really close this time. All right.
Yeah, well, you're always close. It's
Okay, but this time for real. I was onto someone. I do not yet know their name. I did see him. I mean, did see him, but he got out.
all right.
He fled.
I can see where this is going.
Yeah.
Describe him.
All right. So white hair, a beard, and
Okay.
I start
You
describing. Yeah, I start describing. What's his name again? William Racknockle.
Okay.
Yeah.
The way we're gonna do this
Yeah.
is I want. Oof. Give me an investigation.
All right. Let's see. That will be police contacts amateur sleuth. I don't think any others here would work. Oh, trustworthy appearance by any chance?
Yeah,
So,
I'll allow that.
And in turn, I will take the judgmental Ullmanoch's as a weakness.
Okay. I'll allow that, definitely.
Yep. And there we go. Investigate. A 7.
Right, as you describe, you watch as she draws and she draws and she draws, and a frown comes across her face. She goes, "Is this him?" And she turns the paper to you, and you see the unmistakable face of him staring back at you.
Yeah, that's the one. See, ring any bells to you?
Yeah.
Really? What's his name?
Are you kidding? Do you not remember him?
Honestly, it's on the tip of my tongue, but I've been thinking about it for days. That's the reason why I'm here. I can't figure it out.
It's your uncle.
Fuck off. No.
We're gonna
No
cut
way.
across to Dante as you are arriving
Yeah.
at the Asphodel Theatre.
Yeah. I left the rifle at home.
Okay.
I didn't leave it at Celia's.
Okay.
To be clear, I didn't
You took
take
the
it
rifle
with
home?
me. Yeah,
Okay.
I don't know what it is yet. Or rather, like, the interesting thing
Mhm.
to him is the writing, and the thing that. Can I say something? Ask rather, Herodine. Remember you did like an investigation a couple of episodes ago, and you found out then that the pub used to belong to other people before Lucia. Did you share that with the rest of the group?
To be honest, probably not.
Okay. But given every other thing that Jasmine shared about the weird fountain, about the card near the flowers, about the strangeness of the room, I think that the rifle kind of fits thematically with all the vines and stuff. I'm just curious what this core is, because we don't know where Lucy is, where she would have fled to. So that's just why he's keeping it, not as a rifle, just as a clue.
Okay.
Yeah, he'll get to Asphodel Theatre.
So the Asphodel Theatre, it's right in the center of downtown, quite close to Barrow Ridge. And as the bus pulls out, you step out of it. And it takes a good walk before you turn the corner and see it. And it's like, I don't know if you've ever been to Rome, but if you're in Rome and you go see the Pantheon's just hidden in the middle of city streets, and you're going through the streets, and then suddenly, bam, it's there. This is like that. You are walking across the streets, and suddenly there's this gigantic, very old, very imposing building, built with this massive sort of black facade over it, dark curtains all around it, elegant sort of trim and but heavily marbled exterior. There are various signs for different productions coming up for the foreseeable future. You see, like
anything on the marquee.
Anything on the
who? Marquee. Any announcements of like next in Asphodel Theatre, like coming?
There's coming soon. There's a production of Hamlet, but this one is Hamlet from this, but set in a World War II era,
again.
so it's different. Yeah, it's different this time. It's very different this time. And there's a Hamlet set in Scotland during Braveheart's time as well. There's two Hamlets going on at the same time. It's a bit, yeah.
Well,
the one thing you do see that's a little bit odd is you see that there is a large picture of a very imposing Russian or German-looking woman. Sort of, she's got that authority to her features, that strongness.
The new director,
Samantha Helg, and it is being taken down. There's a big picture of her that says Samantha Helg taking over, and that is being taken down.
Actively right now by work.
Right now, at this point, yeah.
Dante will strike up a conversation with them first. He'll share a cigarette if any of them are smoking.
Give me a convince check, please.
Yeah. What am I even asking? Let's think. I'll just ask why, and I'm guessing because I noticed this. May I take doesn't miss a detail?
Yeah, definitely.
That's I think the only.
Because you definitely didn't miss a detail with that one.
Yeah.
I was expecting to.
I'll share a cigarette, like strike up a conversation, just ask him like, you only just started. What gives? Oh damn, 7.
Okay. What do you ask? Oh, don't fucking know, do I? This fucking girl comes here and set this up only a couple of weeks ago. Got to fucking take it down, don't I? Complete fucking mess up.
Take the pack.
Worst thing is,
They won't talk to us inside. They've locked up the whole place. Not letting anyone in.
place.
How the fuck am I meant to know what I'm should put up instead? Complete bloody nonsense.
Wait, who told you to take it down?
Oh. Woman in charge. Grumpy sort. Foreigner. Don't like her. Don't trust them.
What'd she look like?
Short. Tanned. Rather short hair. Got a weird accent to her.
Did she sound like this?
Yeah, a little bit like that.
Right.
You know her?
A little bit. Was she alone? Was anyone with her?
Big ass looking white haired dude. Fucking imposing as anything, I'll tell you that.
Fuck.
Jesus.
Fuck. Dante calls everyone.
I'm gonna take a 5-minute break.
Everyone.
Take a 5-minute break.
Oh my god! All right.
Before we go into the contents of this call, can we get like everyone else what they did sorted? Because this is the turning point.
Yep.
Oh my god, dude. Holy shit. Things are cranking up.
My brain's shutting down though.
I also imagine that, I'm sure when Badger gets here I can do it, but I imagine that Ned never actually went to the hotel. He just stayed there. At the bar.
I mean, yeah, it makes sense. It's a bar.
Yeah. I also imagine he didn't sleep either. So, I don't know if that would give me like
As I
double
said,
that time.
like, it's an actor and a college student. We don't sleep.
Yeah.
The concept is not in this head.
I love the
Or
Ned Isadora bond. They're like polar opposites. They're two sides of the same coin, like literally. Because Ned's like a game show host and you are the ultimate game player.
Yes, indeed.
And Ned's all about like the pizzazz, the flair, and you're just like, hello, how was your evening?
That's its own pizzazz in its own way.
Yeah.
It's a vibrant, always existing, constant, how do I explain it? Energy.
Nice.
Oh,
I'm
finally,
like,
has decided to enter my existence.
it's the fucking uncle.
He's the uncle, dude.
I'm just like, I'm freaking out over here. This is great.
We're not gonna humanize this guy the way we did with Alex Pfeiffer. This guy's going down, alright?
Wow, you just want to hurt me personally. All right.
No, we just want to cause pain.
I hope when we see him, he still has gold flakes in his hair.
Oh my god.
He has like a permanent, like, he has like a scar that isn't a scar, it's just a gold streak that goes like here or something.
But hey, guess what? Guess what? Jasmine is definitely not telling everyone right now.
Dude, what if he has like a permanent, like, patch in his face that's just gold, like a battle wound from Ned?
Ooh, fucking cool. Hey, who knows? We'll see.
We will see.
Also, I have a suspicion as to what mythos he might be. I'm not out of character
Mythos
though.
of a very bad uncle.
Scar.
Your life is not his.
Not while I'm drinking, Matt.
Got Scar and his ice powers.
Scar with ice powers.
Oh my god.
I mean,
we all
Scar
know he's
does
got
have
the-
the hyenas, and he controls
So-
them very carefully until the last second.
I have a question. Have anyone of you ever heard or read of like a book called Redwall?
Yes, I fucking love Redwall.
Dude,
I spent
I've only
half my
Dude, I only read okay, my school library had it and it looked pretty cool. I only read the
Lord
first
Brocktree.
one, the official Redwall one. But
Mate.
like I'm looking through the fucking collection, they have like 20 books
Oh,
by this guy.
Redwall is amazing. Lord Salamandros, I think it is the Badger one.
Oh yeah.
Is
Fucking
it?
constants.
So cool. I love
Dude, the ending to that was the ending to the thing. I was not expecting it to be as anime as it was. Holy shit.
Yeah.
It was like this epic battle, and then at the end he's just like, please take over. And then the letter.
I'm not sure which one you're talking about because I read them all like literally at least 10 years ago.
I'm talking about the one that just said Redwall. The cover is like in the summer
Oh, it
of the
must be
late
15
rose.
years ago. Must have been 15 years ago. Fuck, I'm old now. Do you ever think that? Just like, fuck,
No,
I'm
you're
old
not.
now.
That's the year I was born, dude.
You don't know how old I am. I look young, but I'm old. I'm an old man.
No, you're not.
Yeah. Yeah, old man. I'm 57.
Nerds.
I feel like this is going to be a turning point. So can we get everyone else what they did sorted before Dante makes this call?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely. What is everyone doing before this call happens?
I imagine. Oh, hold on. I imagine Ned throughout the entire time did not go home. He just stayed at the bar. He didn't sleep either. And so, what I want to
You're
do.
definitely, if neither of you slept, you're definitely taking exhaustion 1. Just
We're
one.
a student and an actor.
That's why it's
We're
only
just-
1.
Okay.
That's why it's
Would
only
my
1.
would my what's it called? Would my stabbed be a little bit better than it was? Because I'm at stab 2 still.
I'm gonna say your stab goes down to 1.
Okay, good.
Mhm.
Does my
Drink it, Alice.
pain relief completely wear off?
Your pain relief is gonna completely wear off.
All right. And so,
Yours too, Syriinx. Also, is
Alright.
that a magnum? Oh, good.
all right. So basically, I imagine Ned spent the entire time. I like to make an investigate roll because they spent the entire time just kind of like cleaning the wicker hound, not like scrubbing, but just picking up stuff.
Oh,
And
it's already been done.
Do you fix things by like goldifying them together?
no. I am not that powerful.
Isadora clean shit.
He's mainly looking for some sort of contraption that can carry the 2-ton man that is Alex Piper.
Give me investigate, but you know, you won't find something if there's nothing.
Like
there.
a barrel carrier. I don't know what they're
Yeah,
called.
there are barrel carriers. You've kind of got the same problem though, which is that he's frozen sleeping, like he's frozen sitting. Sorry, like with his hands behind his back. It's a very awkward position in which to move someone.
Okay, so
Um,
the main reason I'm doing this is that as Ned's looking around to do this, he spent like the beginning part of the morning just like fucking tweeting, just saying, "Hey man, wouldn't it be really cool if we got an interview with Xander Lowe?"
Mm.
And then for the rest of the time, he was looking around, and the main reason I wanted to look around as a character is I wanted to enter the basement and see what the fuck's in there.
Okay, go down to the basement. Seems deserted apart from plants and lots of big barrels of alcohol, and the plants are sort of curling over the alcohol, the barrels. But apart from that, seems pretty empty. There's a couple of like barrel carriers. There's several of those plant men pots, which the plant men have shriveled up and asleep at this point, dormant. Apart from that,
I take out the seed, I wave in front of the plants, see what happens. Was that what they did?
they just stayed frozen. They look just like really gnarly, ugly plants, but then you look closer, you can actually see the facial expression and the body parts in there that break open to become, and they just stay vacant.
Okay, I put it back. What was that? Okay, basically, do I now know as much as the rest of the party figured out when they came here, or no?
As in what specifically?
Anything they didn't make rolls to figure out, you know?
Anything that, yeah, I mean, you've figured out the basis that Lucia is not here. There's a lot of plants here. If you go upstairs, you'll see that there is what seems to be in a guest room laid up, and we're literally slept in them.
Is there a pile of rose petals on the ground from when she
There's
disappeared?
a rose petal where she disappeared.
Yeah.
The tree in the kitchen.
Yeah. I take like a scoop of those and I'll put them in my pocket. And man, I don't know. What could I'm gonna investigate. I don't know what kind of questions I would even ask about this place.
Worth trying.
Okay. I'm gonna put yeah, nothing would help me here. Okay, flat roll. Well, actually, well, Ned passes out.
You find nothing.
He thinks too hard and it hurts his brain.
So,
You search about this place, like looking over everything, and if everything you manage to make it more messy, just nothing.
Destroy evidence.
Mm.
All right. Well, that was a fucking failure. I go upstairs, and can we please say that when Ned bought the motorcycle, it had like the side compartment for like the other guy.
So I meant to talk about this. I know fucking nothing about motorcycles, so I looked a bit up about motorcycles. I'm not gonna say you have a Ducati. I'm just gonna say you have a motorcycle that is more powerful than you can handle right now. Because I don't have enough knowledge with machines to go into any more detail than that.
No problem. I don't have it either. What I was gonna say is, whatever motorcycle that Ned has, can it have like the side compartment for the guy?
I will say that I will allow that, but that's
Okay.
also going to come in with negatives, and you can't take that away now.
Okay. I would also assume that because of the third wheel, it would make it easier to steer.
It's easier than usual, I imagine.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have to look that up. I don't know anything about
It's like tricycle rules, you know, training wheels.
I'll allow tricycle wheels.
Yeah. So I'm gonna need to take a risk for this, but he somehow tries to get. He puts like a curtain or a tarp, one of the stage curtains, like the big ones. And he puts it over Alex Piper and tries to huck him into the sidecar of the motorcycle.
Isadora, do you help Ned with this?
If this happens during the night where Isadora is still yet here, then fine.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. Would you have helped Ned with this?
With what exactly?
Getting the statue into the sidecar of his motorcycle.
Would you like maneuver a pulley system of some kind?
Yes, but
Okay.
yeah, but he would have probably first checked that the path back to Ned's hotel, where supposedly you're heading, is clear.
Okay. You guys managed to get it in. The whole right side of the motorcycle, the side that has the thing, is right down to the bottom, to the point where you're driving. It's going to be like setting up sparks a little bit. It is there. It's drivable. It's feasible.
Can I? Okay. What kind of thing can I do to unburn a tag?
What do you want to try?
What I want to try is just like, come on, man. As we're driving. Is this a door coming with Ned or no?
Actually, he's gone to classes.
Okay, so as Ned drives off like slanted like this, he's just like, come on, man. I want to unburn the self-affecting tag and try and counterweight balance this thing.
That's not enough of a.
Okay.
I don't know if I'd allow that. It's not enough of a downtime activity. It's not enough of a,
No problem. I don't know how unburning tags works yet completely. So.
Cut to Elizabeth. What do you? So at this point, it is now getting sort of lunchtime. You've had the most glorious morning, and relaxing morning. What are you doing at this point?
So, in her head, she's like, hey, as long as I can keep myself contained inside the house, that's good. But that'll depend on how long Allison still stays home.
Allison seems to be heading out. She's got a late shift tonight. And as you are sort of kissing her and saying goodbye, there is a cut to Jasmine. Cuts to Herodine. Each of you, your phone goes off one by one.
I posted a message in our WhatsApp group first, which just
Can you say the message?
Yeah. Found Lucia. William is with her. We know he's called William, right? We established.
Yes, William Ratknuckle is the name we've got.
Yeah. Found Lucia. William is with her. They're in the asphodel.
Ned writes back, rematch.
Oh.
I suppose it's too late to describe what Isadora is doing.
Yeah, you can tell me what Isadora is doing. Definitely.
Before or after the sex?
Before the call. Before the call.
Okay. Kind of zoned out
No, it's all right. Just
thinking about Spanish. Okay.
the concept, the people, or the place.
Dude, he's too in character.
Language. The language, Spanish.
But also not.
Okay. So, Isadora, as I remembered he has a bludgeoning too, is there a college infirmary? As
I mean, there's
suppose
plenty
it-
of places. You know, you as a student, usually you reorganize so that you have a GP locally. I could say definitely between classes you go and you get someone to have a look at your. I mean, they're just bruises. So over the course of the day, because it's just a bludgeoned, I'm going to say your bludgeon is definitely going to go down by 1 just from you just,
I suppose it's just
relaxing.
common for students to have chairs broken over there.
Well, no, it's a bit. People go out and get drunk and do stupid things like they jump off buildings and stuff like that. Drunk students do all sorts of crazy things, but it's not a college infirmary. There will be a GP specifically for you that you'll find.
Okay.
The question is, will you? Do you want to miss classes to go and get like a massage or something on your bruises? Because you can't heal bruises in any other way than time or, you know.
Classes can be missed.
Okay.
Classes. I mean, you can very easily time it so that the boring professors don't matter. Okay.
That is the case, but when you're not present for lectures, they mark you off. So unconsciously, you have missed those lessons. It doesn't necessarily matter to you, but you've definitely missed those lessons. And you can take your bludgeon down to 0. Yeah.
Okay, but in a massage, am I resting?
Yeah, you're resting.
So what
Ish.
about that exhausted level?
It's not sleeping. It's resting, not sleeping.
I had
So I'll allow your bludgeoning to go down to 0, but your exhaustion is staying by 1. Okay. As each of you, what are you doing as you get the call from Dante? From the message from Dante, sorry.
I have so much, dude.
You
Go.
said what you sent back. I sent back, great. Give the information to Grace and we're done.
Lovely.
Ned sends back the word rematch again.
Jasmine doesn't respond. She parks the car as soon as she can, and she just zooms off in orb form as quickly as she can to the Asphodel Theater.
Isadora sends smiling vampire emoji.
Ned realized that he has ice powers and stuff like that. Just the shit that he experienced in the fight. Ned, as he gets this call, has somehow gone through the long and excruciating process of getting a statue up to the penthouse and is like stuffing Alex Piper under his bed. And just
as you come in, like, Mr. Halford, is that another one of your poorly advised purchases?
I'm an eccentric. What can I say?
Yes, most amusing. Are you planning on having another evening up there with your friends?
No, I today we'll be going somewhere else to do festivities. There will be no cars being smashed.
Wonderful. All right then, Mr. Halford.
I promise I'll be out of your hair in no time. This is very temporary.
I don't know what you're talking about. We love having you here.
And I love being here. As temporary as it is. And then he goes up to the thing. He shoves this fucking guy somehow under his bed. And there's a thing I want to do. Okay, I'm sorry to take up a lot of time, but I gotta unburn these tags if I want to survive. So Ned fucking, as he puts it under his bed, I would like to okay. And then puts a cigarette up to his mouth, takes one out of the pack again. He's like, as he puts it up to his lips and is about to light it, it turns to gold, and he just looks at his hands and just like, really, you won't let me sneak in any of these? he throws it in the trash, and he's like, well, "We're gonna fucking die, so you better help me." Looking at his hands, it's like a little shaking. He's just like, "Okay, here goes nothing," and he punches the wall as much force as he can. I want to have him roll take a risk to
Yeah.
try and unburn the tag.
Which one?
The self-affecting, because if his fist doesn't turn into gold, it's gonna like get smushed.
Okay, give me take a risk.
Okay. I want to. Oh,
This
man.
is great. Go for it.
It's okay. I know this is like unofficial, but I'm assuming that there's like some form of like spirit AI within like Ned's goldness. I want to use. I want to. Okay. How wealthy is the Asphodel Theater?
Asphodel Theater? I'm afraid you don't know that.
Okay. Better be on the safe side. I'm going to. Fuck. Okay. Can I burn something that is in a different mythos theme book in order to help me get dynamite on this roll?
What do you want to burn?
I was assuming I was going to burn the always in effect bit of the Bastion.
I'm going to say you have to roll for this, I'm afraid. That's
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, can I use the Surrounded by Wealth since it's in a hotel room?
Yep, you can use Surrounded Well.
Can I use the Gold Touch for this?
Yep.
Okay. Can I use Shamelessness?
No.
Okay. Can I use? Okay. Well, a power tag of 2. Would the stab be against me in this?
Yes.
Would the exhaustion be against me in this?
Yes.
It's a flat roll, baby.
Let's go.
Punch.
Oh no!
Nice.
Fine.
Your hand slams into the ground, into the wall, and there's a shudder. And I'm afraid you're going to take a bad decision 1.
Okay. He just looks at his hand. I fucking hate you.
And for once, as you look at your hand swelling up slightly and red from the pain of that punch, you suddenly realize you have something in common with your rival now. You both have red knuckles.
This is very ironic. Fuck. So yeah. Man, I don't even know how that was gonna go, right?
Can I say what Dante texts back to Elizabeth? Just say it's
Yes,
all
definitely.
right,
Sorry
we're
about that.
done
Yeah.
with it.
Yeah, sorry. My bad.
He says, "We're still not done. We don't know exactly who's doing this. Besides, James is in there, I'm pretty sure. And without him, none of us would be here right now." They barricaded all the people then. We're the only ones who know.
And that sends a photo of his knuckles.
Elizabeth, you look over and you see the wilted flowers still falling over in the bin, just wilting away to nothing. You still remember the kisses on your neck and the feeling of your wife beside you. You look down at the message. What are you going to do?
I'm just gonna stand in the hallway for a second, looking at the message, looking back at the bin, looking at the door that just closed from Allison leaving, and after like a second, she puts away. She puts away her phone, and like, okay, I don't want to do it because it's violent here, and my cat is on my lap. But she puts away her phone, walks a bit across the room to like the table that has her car keys, and as she takes the car keys, she, well, I don't want to do it, but like she slams.
Oh
No!
no! I scared the cat. Oh.
She's gonna come back.
Aw.
She slams the table and looks at the mirror in front of it and says, like, what use are you even when you kill all of the innocent people out there, but a fucking douchebag like that gets away free with a fucking douchebag like Lucia? What's the point in painting people that are innocent, that did nothing wrong, if you don't even let me fucking paint people who deserve to die? And
Look in the
she...
mirror.
Hmm?
Look into the mirror.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing looks back. Just you.
With an angry huff, she picks up her keys and strides out of the door.
As you stride out the door, we cut to Herodine. You are, Isadora, you are in the middle of your lessons. The message comes through. What do you do?
As I explained before, simply send a smiling vampire emoji. Wait, this is the same message as before, right?
Mhm.
The smiling vampire emoji. Lay back in the chair, hands crossed. Smile and just smile while listening to the lecture.
Are you going to
Yes.
go to the Asphodel?
Yeah.
You are?
Yeah.
Okay. With
I'll
that,
be-
you get up and you are going to go to the Asphodel. Jasmine.
After the class.
Yes.
Oh yeah, after class. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Jasmine, as you are flying through the air, what are you thinking? What are you going?
I need to get there before anyone else does, because I want to have a little word with what I assume is Uncle Albie. I've got two uncles, but he seems to be the most likely. Is it? Like, I assume that if my colleague says, like, it's your uncle, I know which one of the two it is.
You don't.
Shit, fuck, alright.
It is like someone has taken a paintbrush and just gone over your memories and just gone. You try to recall any memories of that, and you cannot. It's like he's just at the right corner of your brain.
In that case, I know he's my uncle. I'm not gonna I'm just not gonna say any names when I'm over that place, and I'm going to guess that he will recognize me. Either way, I'm going to go over to the theater, and when I get there, I'm going to try and sneak inside as an orb.
Okay. As you fly through the air towards the theater, we're going to cut very quickly to Ned. Ned, what are you doing? Where are you going? What do you feel?
Okay, Ned has Ned. It cuts back to Ned. Ned's on the railing of his balcony, and he just yells out, "William, your days are numbered!" It's just...
There's an echoing call out into the darkness. The camera cuts to Pedro, sort of goes.
No, and
he goes back to what he's doing.
Dude, basically, Ned looks at his hand and is just like, "So are yours. If we die, we die together. Let's get the fuck out of here." And Ned dashes out his hotel penthouse door. As he's leaving, he grabs a coat off the coat rack, pulls out the disguise glasses like a superhero exit. He kicks open the door, and it's a smooth transition into Pedro's car, and he says, "Hit the gas, Pedro. I've got places to be."
He said, okay.
Thank you.
Gone. The floor hit a pedal to the metal. He's gone.
Yeah.
As Jasmine is rocketing over through the sky, the last thing you see is a figure in front of the asphodel, right in the center of town, staring up at the imposing black marble building, the many sort of banners in front of it. Dante, what are you feeling? What are you thinking?
Well, in my mind right now, Dante is going through a string of fuck you, Doc. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, Doc. And in the other ear, he's just thinking, I hope James is all right. I hope we can get to them in time. It's worrying that the last time he called me was 1 o'clock. God, I wish we could contact the silver-handed man right now. It would be of some use. But mainly, he gets out of sight in case they start checking who's passing. Waits for them, looks at the man taking down Samantha Help's picture. Shares another cigarette with him and waits for the others to arrive. Just steeling himself for what's about to come.
As you stand there and steel yourself, the camera moves towards the doorway, getting closer and closer to the keyhole, and that darkness that awaits within. It goes into the keyhole, the darkness surrounding and consuming, and there are whispers all around, silent whispers of shh. And then a voice comes over all of them. My friends, you're home. And that's where we're going to end tonight.
Oh my god.
I did not hear the last sentence.
My heart's fucking racing.
I'm sorry, I did not hear what you said.
Oh my god.
Yo, should we call the cops?
She said, my friends, you're home.
No, we shouldn't call the cops.
I mean,
Who said that in what?
It's not enough. It's not enough that fucking Grace put me up against with a former cop without telling we don't trust cops.
There's already a cop with you. It's fine.
Wait,
No,
you said that?
yeah, there's already a cop who murdered a person with you.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
You can't whoa that.
This is the setup episode.
A
Shit.
person, how naive.
Oh man.
Okay.
Imagine, dude. I imagine like an action shot of like each person with like their token weapon or something,
Oh
like
my
sit
God.
with like behind them in front of the door, like just.
I did miss the last bit, so what happened?
I mean, each of you, it went to each of you, and then it just cut to the going of something you don't see, but going through the doorway and hearing some voices on the other side of the doorway. But none of you actually heard those. That's just a metagamey thing.
Can someone
That's
please
for the
get
viewers.
some-
That's not for us.
That's
Someone please get some
for
help
me
points
as
on
well.
that. I'm gonna fucking need them.
So time to geek out.
Geek out.
Please
First
give me
of
some
all,
help points. I
no,
fucking-
I'm getting you a hurt point.
I'm going
Wait,
to
first of all,
No.
the crew though. The crew. Let's talk
Right,
about
the crew.
Wow.
The crew. How has the crew even grown this session? I feel like the crew hasn't done like enough together to really have grown this session.
I think we got to discard the
together sessions, but we were like in groups. We were like
Not necessarily in groups, plural. Like the two of you were together for a while.
Yeah, I'm definitely taking my help point out of Isadora, dude.
I'm gonna get my first help point.
So,
I also have
Isadora, you don't know this. Okay. Ned took a hurt point with you because during the last session you weren't here, and lore-wise, he said you weren't doing anything, so therefore he took a hurt point with you.
Dude, lore-wise, I tossed you a microphone.
I see.
Lore-wise, it was a critical moment. I tossed you a microphone and you didn't catch it, just bounced off you. And that was the reason.
How dare you?
Yeah, well.
Also,
It was so funny.
yeah.
Wait,
Okay. No,
No,
go ahead.
I'm just saying, like when you watch that episode, when you listen to that episode, you'll probably hear me like laughing for a solid 30 seconds.
It was
When
so
he said,
fucking
"Can I
good.
take a hurt point?"
Don't put me on the spot if I can't be there.
Right?
I
No,
mean,
I didn't know.
Isadora would have just like
I'm giving you a
grabbed
help
it and
point.
be like, "Hello there."
I don't think it'll happen again, but it was too funny to be like, no, you can't do that. How dare you?
Obviously, though, yes.
I'm giving you a help point now, so it's okay. We had a bonding
Yeah.
session over Uno.
Yeah, and I'm giving Ned a hurt point, so that'll help.
What did I do?
Look, okay. Jasmine did not like how you just went on and petrified Mr. Piper. Because in her, like, she wasn't aware that you and Elizabeth decided on this. Even then, it would have been just two people. She did not like it. She does not like how you keep
What a
turning people to
coincidence.
gods.
I'm gonna
Okay.
give Ned a help point for that.
Okay, jumper
Nice.
table.
I'm
Love
gonna
it.
take a help point with Elizabeth, just not for anything big, just because she put off some of her priorities to give me a ride.
I'm gonna fucking die. I'm gonna die so hard, dude.
That wasn't the role or anything
You
risky.
won't
It was
die.
just
You'll
the
be
ride.
fine.
I have negative
But, like-
3 and no way to undo him.
It's
Yeah,
fine.
I'm gonna take a help with Elizabeth.
I have 2 bird tags and they're both mythos powers.
It's fine.
I'm going to give Ned a help point
Thank
because
you.
Isadora has found that Ned is willing to play the game. And that is really
We're the
great.
gamers.
Of an
Gamers,
ability.
baby.
Oh my
The
God.
highest
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Gamers rise up.
Isadora's a player.
Oh my
Oh
fuck.
my god!
Yeah.
I thought he was a
Holy
game
fuck.
master.
How did that take so long for me to realize?
I mean,
Bingo.
the thing is, he's just not good at those mini games. He's good at the overall game. So he's a real player.
Man, what the fuck?
Yeah, he's such a player. He chats up your wife, but actually doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gets your wife to get on the verge of cheating, but it's like, nah, I'm alright.
Yeah, just have a fun conversation. Get that real emotional value.
Man, what the fuck? Dude,
G.
I really hope Pedro. Dude, I hope Pedro has some like ice on the cuff in my fucking hand.
Pedro, there's definitely a champagne ice bag there.
It would have been
Ice bin.
so cool if it worked though. Like,
Oh, it would have been very cool. I'm sorry it didn't. But
no, it's
yeah,
fine.
pretty cool.
This luck does make sense.